What's going on? How y'all doing? Assalamu alaikum. I am here again, coming to you live this time, a little bit early. We decided to come an hour early here on the live stream from Saudi Arabia, Riyadh. We're staying at the Crowne Plaza here at Al Waha. And yeah, nice to be back. And how y'all doing tonight? It's pretty cool out here. It's probably about maybe like in 60 degrees, and it's 3 in the morning here in Riyadh, so it's pretty early. We were out after the first day of competition here at the Saudi Championship and went out to dinner. So here, when you do these competitions, it's at a trade show, and unlike trade shows in most parts of the world, these all happen at night. So these really run from 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon until midnight. And so we didn't finish till about midnight, and then went out to eat, and that just takes a little while longer. So I thought we'd get closer to 4, but then I thought, let me just start off here early. I was planning to pre-record this show and earlier this week, but things have been pretty busy here, so it gets very difficult to do that. So had some time now, and thought we'd start it off. I had to ask some friends to come join me, so he'll be joining us in a little while. So how y'all doing tonight? What are you guys doing? Wherever you are in the world, if you're back home in Baltimore, what's going on? So what are you guys smoking? What are you guys drinking? Where are you guys doing it? Drop those in the comments below, or actually in the comment box. And yeah, if you got any questions about Saudi Arabia, we'll do as best we can to answer them. I've got some Gawa Arabiya supposedly coming, and had to check up on it. Sometimes they're a little bit slow to get the things going on here. So yeah. What's going on, Rusty? How you doing? So Rusty just texted me a little while ago and asked me, how's Yasmina doing? So Yasmina, so those of you guys watching, Yasmina is a barista in coffee that I met through Rusty a couple months ago. And I thought, she had a really good spirit and really had some passion for coffee. And I thought, he said to her, hey, are you interested in judging? And so I invited her to come along to this trip, even though it's her very first time and she doesn't have any experience doing judging. But we've got a great team of people here that are more than willing to share their depth of experience and teach her. And so it's been a really great time. I think she's enjoying herself. It's been pretty challenging for her, a lot to learn, a lot to keep up with. So yeah, man, it's I think she's doing well. I think she's enjoying it. She's pretty tired. I ran into her right before as I was coming down here to set up for the live stream, and she was pretty tired and pretty wiped out. So yeah, but here, besides Yasmina, who's from New Jersey, we've got an old friend of mine, Ryan Wilbur, who is also a World Barista Championship judge. He was just judging at the championship in Milan last month, and he's from Portland, Oregon area, so we brought him out here. And then another friend of mine, Sean Ong, is from Singapore, so he's with us. Sean's been part of our regular team here in Saudi Arabia. A couple of our friends and normal team members here, Adriana Hid from Mexico, as well as In Yong Song from South Korea, have not been able to join us this year. So hopefully next year we'll get them back and have a really, really great team going on. But tonight we've got, he's somewhere. He's over there talking on his phone. Are you ready, Rashidi?
Yeah.
So we've got the first Saudi Barista champion, who's actually from Kuwait. I don't know how that happened. And one of the most famous people here in the Middle East in coffee. This is Ahmed Al-Rashidi.
Hello.
How are you, Ahmed?
Good, thank you so much, Jay.
So what's been going on this week?
Yeah, it's been busy, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of activities. We've seen some, and there's some coming. But the most is, the Barista Champion.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you come to Saudi like this trip, how do you spend most of your time?
Oh, Riyadh is evolving community.
Mm-hmm.
And Riyadh is going to be a very busy city for many businesses. Have you heard Riyadh is the fastest growing city in the Middle East in terms of the economy?
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I heard supposed to be some new plans where they want to increase the population of Riyadh by 10 million.
Yeah, 15.
15 million.
Yes.
In what, just under 10 years?
I believe they want to push it to 5 years because they are moving fast.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah. you know, the king, the crown prince, he's very hungry to bring, everything here.
Yeah. It seems like, I mean, and he's pushed a lot of change socially in this country. And so I started coming here in September of 2018.
Yeah.
And just in the time before COVID, it's over a year's time, there was so much change already socially that it was really surprising. Like first they took a lot of the secret police powers away.
Yes.
And then allowing women to drive, and guardianship being lifted, visas and tourism.
True.
Even the whole thing with what they women no longer really have to wear the abaya. Right?
It's open now.
It's amazing.
You saw the Bolivar, right?
Oh yeah.
It's a nightlife. They had the best DJs in the world.
Oh yeah. That's
Here.
right. That's
So
right.
the big party is coming, and it's happened last year, and now they're bringing everyone.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. That's good. So what did they say about the gawa?
Yeah, the guy he actually already ordered the coffee, the gahwa, and you know that I hope he will bring it in that traditional way.
In the Della.
Yes, in
That
the
would be
villa,
nice, that
because
would be
that
nice.
is the iconic piece of our culture,
Right.
and you know how we.
So is that shared? So you're Kuwaiti, is that correct?
Yeah.
So is that shared across the Gulf, or is it just really a Saudi thing?
Oh, Kuwait is been more than 300 years.
No, I mean the use of the Della and the.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I thought we're going back to the.
No.
country.
I mean just the coffee part of it.
Oh yeah. It's actually everywhere in the Middle East.
Okay. But is
So-
that how you do Kuwaiti people
Yeah.
produce coffee
No,
that way?
you know today
Okay.
in a modern era, it's not like before, but traditionally that is the way of hospitality. So if you have a guest before or in the traditional ceremonies, they provide the dilla with a small cup, an espresso cup, probably 50 ml.
Okay.
And then they give you a small amount of coffee. It equals like I think ristretto size,
Mhm.
and then you just sip it in 3 times.
But my understanding is that when you're pouring the gawa,
Yeah,
you're supposed to pour just that little bit.
yeah.
Because if you pour it, if you fill the cup,
No. It's not really polite.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so interesting. Why is what does that mean?
It's a silence language. He can share with you his gratitude or his anger.
Just by the amount of coffee.
Yeah. Like, and then if you says enough, he can.
No Della.
احنا لايف ترى على اليوتيوب.
There is that. It will be coming in 30 minutes.
Okay, very nice.
Right,
Very
yes,
nice.
I will provide this one.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Muhammad.
Muhammad is the in charge of the hotel. He's in the
Yes.
backstage.
Yeah.
This is Arabic coffee scout. I will send it to you in 10 minutes.
Wonderful. Thank you.
With that.
Excellent.
Thank you, Muhammad.
People watching for that.
احنا
from across
من
the world,
امريكا
so-
قاعد يطلعونا الحين
Allah
الله يسلمك. We've been talking Arabic with him. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, good. So these are dates.
Yes.
Are dates are popular also in Kuwait?
Definitely. Yeah.
But okay, so look at these. Can you tell us, like, can you tell the varietal of date?
Yeah. I think
Based on this?
it's like a type of sugary date. It's a type
Sugary.
of it's more sugary. It
Yeah.
contains more sugar.
So it's sukari, right? Sukari.
Sukari. Exactly. Yes.
But
Yes.
so it's called sukari, this varietal of date. But is it really based on sugar?
Yeah, because
It's very sweet.
Yes.
But here-
For me, Majdul is my favorite. I don't know if you
Majdul.
know. Yeah, it's my
Isn't
favorite.
that the Prophet's date?
Yeah,
No, okay.
yeah. The one I use in my barista chami, in my signature
Okay.
drink. Yeah, it is. It's like it's less.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't like it too sweet.
For me, it's fine. But that was under the WBC guidelines. I wanted to bring something world class drink.
Right. So but you always eat dates with the.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's qahwa is not sweet.
Right.
And they always mix it sweet and sour.
Right. Okay. So it's more sour.
Sour
The
sweet,
color.
sour and sweet. Yeah,
Okay.
they like to enjoy that mouthfeel
Okay.
flavors.
Well, hopefully they got Muhammad will bring us
Yes,
a Della
yes,
so we can show
definitely,
our
definitely.
viewers. So we got a quick question. Rusty says, "How are the coffees the competitors are serving? Any well, how are the coffees? The coffees are
Did you see
are
one?
good. They're
Did you see one
good.
of the competitors?
Which one?
I think he was the Filipino guy before the last one. He represented his signature drink, Arabic coffee with ice.
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
Amazing!
Really?
Yeah, I loved it.
That's nice. I mean, we have here. There's the competitors. Some of the competitors I've had did do some of the anaerobic coffee,
Yeah,
but I don't. How are the coffees there? At this level, there's always a wider range because there's a lot of there's different levels of experience
yeah.
with the competitors. So it's an interesting time. Plus, I really shouldn't comment too much on it because we are in the middle of the competition right now. So
Yeah, you should visit a lot of places because there's a lot of places. I know you don't have time now to see.
we're here.
Yeah, when you come.
What do you think?
I think you should go around because there's so many places you would love, and you would really explore, the culture more. Because
Here in Riyadh.
of course, yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Like, what do you recommend?
a lot of places. It depends on the time that we have, here. I should say with you time for visiting a lot of places, but really, really, there's a lot of places you can enjoy food, you can enjoy, culture, you can enjoy, even mix people from everywhere. It's they call there's a place called Al Murabba. It means the square.
Okay.
This place was, I think, the King Abdul Aziz
Mhm.
palace or residential area. Now they open for, especially for this season, Riyadh season,
Okay.
to bring international cuisines,
Oh, that sounds
high-end
wonderful.
cuisines, and they are there.
Oh, good, good. Speaking of, if those of you guys are watching it, how is the audio? Can you hear us pretty well? Let me know. Because if it's a little bit low, we can talk a little bit more or change some of the settings. So you've been the MC for the competition.
Yes.
How do the competitors look to you from your perspective?
Honestly, they have that desire, and the demand is going higher every year,
Mhm.
because this is my second year.
Doing the hosting.
Yeah, doing hosting. I was put me in the position to, understand the culture much better, because I upgraded myself from barista champion, barista competitor, barista champion, and then MC. It is a responsibility, to be honest with you,
Oh, yes.
to share with the baristas, on stage, their feelings, their dreams, their desire. Everyone looking for a respected place between his friends, family. Because today I saw a barista. His father was trying to cheer him up. I saw another female barista. Her husband was there cheering her up. There's a lot of. I saw Ahmed Al Ahmari and Ahmed Al Ahmed and his son. They were part of the judge.
Yes, father and son
Yes,
technical team.
yes, technical team. These pictures gives you a lot of sense that the community is moving very fast to evolve. And
Yeah.
and I remember I was in 2017 when you were the judge of the final routine for Del Harris.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was 5 feet
In
away
Korea.
from you.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a while ago, Korea. My
Yeah.
goodness.
After that, I went and talked to the guys there. I don't know, Jackie, the community manager.
Oh, Jackie Malone.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
Of course.
And then I was asking her. I was very curious what's happening here. When someone looked at the Middle East from outside, he can tell you something you don't know. Like she said, Ahmed, be ready. There's a lot of activities coming. It's gonna happen to you.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, so Tony, what's up, New York City? We got Tony from New York City as well as Rusty from New Jersey
Oh, I love
watching
New
us or commenting at least. How's it going? The audio is good, but sometimes it cuts out. Sorry, I don't really have. We're trying to hold the internet here. We've got it on Wi-Fi, so hopefully
Yeah.
it'll. When I tested the Wi-Fi connection earlier this week, we were getting what, 8? I think 8 to 4 to 6 megabytes uploading. So it should be enough. But let me know if it cuts out completely, and then we can adjust if necessary. I wonder if they're going to bring our Dalla.
Yeah, they will, because I double checked.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So this gawa, it's very light roasted, right? I don't know if you can.
Yes.
I can't tilt it over. Why is it so light? How did that evolve? Do you know?
Well, back to history. If you know, our culture is similar to specialty coffee what's happening today. Before, in the desert side, people used to hold amount of beans with them, as green beans, because they move from place to place with a camel, and then how they take a break, they take a coffee break in the middle of the desert. So what they do, they roast their coffee on the spot, and they grind it, and then I believe, I'm not sure about it, because of the time, and people didn't have the idea or to try new things. They just made it to that level enough, and then just drink it, and then it's evolved over time until it was a part of the hospitality, and maybe as well as the society in that time. People wanted to save more food, more coffee. So I believe also the small amount of giving. I'm not sure that
Okay.
just it's part of my culture, but I guess but the way how they prepare coffee, it was fresh, and storage wise, I believe was not concerned at that time.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess not.
I
I
mean-
wonder, like if you have the coffee, and it's it's green coffee, especially in the desert where the humidity is so low, it must have been pretty
Yeah,
dry.
this is why I'm telling you, because in that time, maybe you don't know who's carrying the coffee. Maybe he's a rich man or trader or poor man, or even a sheep garden. The guys who take the sheep and feed them and then take care of them. Of course, he needs some coffee,
Right.
because he goes in the morning until evening, so it's a long day.
Well, it's interesting to talk about that because I've been going around this week. I met this. I rent Uber to go around the town.
Oh, nice.
And this Uber guy, he was telling me every day at 2 p.m. he goes to the desert,
Yeah.
stops work, goes to the desert, sets up his stuff, and then makes his own gawa in the middle of the desert.
Oh, it's just the gawa. It's here.
Excellent. How are you?
Nice.
Here's the
Look
della.
at the
Yes,
presentation.
Perfect. I'll bring that.
I'm gonna take that for my
Thank you.
Snapchat.
Oh, beautiful.
Lovely.
Okay, we'll take that.
presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we've got the della. Here we are. This is the della. So tell us, what is the della?
Della is a vessel holding your coffee. It's like
But what's the importance of the shape? Any ideas on that?
I think the design. I don't think there's a designer behind that. It's evolved with over history, over time. But there is different shapes of dilla represent different type of society. Or
Oh, really?
yeah. So the dilla from Iraq is different. Saudi Arabia, or the dilla from Syria, where is that part of the North Middle East is different than other parts, because the shape, the vintage.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but how about Kuwait? Is there a difference in the della, or
I think we're pretty similar with
Similar.
Saudi Arabia.
okay?
But honestly, there is people have a very old dilla and vintage dilla. They don't sell it, and
Why
they
is
use
it?
filter.
Okay.
I believe it has.
I have to. Oh, it's probably.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's.
yeah.
it's
It's
got the
it's a
valve,
new
okay.
design. The old one, it has.
Is that the right amount, or is that little?
Yes, almost yes.
Too little?
You need to finish it in 3 steps.
Is that 3 steps, or is that? Little?
Yeah.
Is that short? Too
yeah.
short?
No, I think it's enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Oh, you are an expert in
Oh.
our culture. Do you know coffee should be represented by someone else? Do you?
Oh yeah, does it? Oh, good. Well, then we're on the right track.
Yeah. Think you're an expert.
And
now.
some dates. Some dates.
I'm happy because I see you really blending very quickly.
Well, that's why I'm growing out this beard.
Yeah.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask you. So the okay, I noticed with a lot of the Arabs,
Yeah.
you're able to grow a beard, but you keep it very short but full. How do you do that?
Well, okay. Well, I think
What's the grooming tips for proper?
most of
Arab-
us we go to a barber shop,
Oh,
honestly,
okay.
and we pay probably less than $10 every week to groom it for you. But that style is almost like dirty style,
Dirty stuff.
but groomed or shaped in a way looks like nice to each face, but they don't actually keep it, longer. Like they don't.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed that
raise it.
they're
Yeah,
really
yeah.
like it's full, but it's tight.
Yeah, they actually.
It's like short.
Yes. So there is the. I know. You're not familiar with this, but I'm going to mention something to you. The best barbers here are the Pakistani.
Oh, Pakistani.
Yeah, they are well famous and well known. They are the best who can give you a very nice shape, and groom it very well,
Oh.
like a pen.
And so if you go to the Pakistani barber, how often are you going? Once a week?
Probably, yeah, twice a month,
Twice a
up to 4 times a month.
But it doesn't get too crazy between those two?
Well, it depends. If you need it every week, I know my friends in Kuwait, they have 2 times and specific time, 9 o'clock Monday, 9 o'clock Saturday.
Ooh.
Yes, it's, and then he booked his time, so and then the barber is now evolving to manage a better scheduling for the loyal customers, because he knows like this guy, he can afford any type of tools to shave, but that guy who got that craft knows how to shape his style very, very, very nice.
I've been wondering about that. How you guys manage that? How often do you go?
For me, I actually do it maybe twice a month.
Twice a month. Okay.
Yeah. One for my hair and my beard, and one for my only beard.
Huh.
Yeah. And then I just shave it, just to not stop it, not to go longer, because I also prefer the short one as well.
Yeah. I like that better. I like that look.
It's
better.
give you that masculine feeling, you know.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
The Brad Pitt. The young Brad Pitt. Or how would you say Brad Pitt in Arabic?
We will have a lot of Brad Pitt here.
All right. So Rusty says, I think you just found a new kettle. I actually have Della already from my previous trips.
Uh-huh.
This one is actually a plastic one that has
It's not original.
thermal insulated, so it
Yes,
has a
yes.
valve.
Yeah.
But the one that I have is the more traditional.
Yes, the
The
metal
metal.
one.
So you can actually
So
you can actually cook in them, right?
yeah, and then they use actually filter here. It's a mash filter. They put it together.
Yeah,
and
it's
then-
just like a fabric, right?
Yes,
Like a
exactly.
really, okay.
That was the traditional way of filtering coffee.
Because there's a lot of sediment or
No, they grind it, in a coarse size or something like that, and then they mix it with spice and spices. Depends on cardamom or
how do you like it?
well,
Or do you not-
since
you
I was a
like
kid, the taste I see in my house, of course, coffee, qahwa, and
Is this so? What we're tasting here? Is this also with spice or
yeah, I believe it's a little bit of cardamom.
a little bit?
Yeah. Because when you have it purely, you really enjoyed it.
You mean without the carbon?
Yeah, this is what I love, especially if it's fresh, grinded now,
Mm-hmm.
and then you cook it now.
Mm.
Because there's also a different setup, two rules
for different cultures. Some people like to cook it for 15 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, on the water, boiling it. Some people like to boil it for up to 5 minutes. The special, guys, we love to do it up to 5 minutes.
5 minutes of boil. But is it a hard boil or just a
Yeah,
low
yeah.
boil?
It's like 1 time, 2 times, and then you stop it.
I see.
Probably for you like this, but it depends on the recipe. Every personal taste, has a different style.
What about the roasting? Like, do you have for roasting for the gawa? Is it
very light.
It's very light, but how
Yellow.
long are you roasting it? And to what point?
Before 7 minutes, I believe some people do it. At 7 minutes gives you that coloring, but depends on the taste. Some people like to get like certain taste. They know color from the smell.
Okay.
Some people like to have it a little bit darker. It depends on your craft. So you will decide, especially the traditional way. Some people start. Some people
over the fire.
Yeah.
So the traditional way is just like a rounded pan.
Yeah.
That has a little spoon connected to it essentially.
That's cool.
That's very more.
Yes, please. In our culture, he's doing the hospitality style, which is the owner of the house who should provide the hospitality.
Yes. Well, this I do own the hotel.
You are the owner. You are the owner of this hotel. Actually, I like this place because it has a nice memories with you as well.
It is nice. It is a nice time here. We've had a good time here.
Yeah.
We've been coming here now for a couple of years.
Yeah.
A couple of years. Yeah.
I think you need to wear dishdasha in the night life when you come here.
What's the dishdasha?
The customs, the
white one?
The white one.
Like the thobe.
Yeah, the thobe. I believe after all the activities, what you need to do is to wear thobe and relax.
I sent my thobe to get clean.
And then open the first button, and then that shows the relaxation.
That's too much relaxed.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm planning to wear the thobe on Sunday.
I can't, forget when I saw you. 2018. It was my night, but I loved the thobe on you.
Oh, I thank you. Well, I'll have to show pictures of that. Oh, look, we have our other judge. We will move over and let Sean come join us.
Oh.
How are you feeling? All right.
You need qahwa?
Some gawa?
Gawa? Yeah, sure.
All right.
Hi.
You need to be here. I think.
This is Sean Ong from Singapore. How do we open this thing?
It's 3 a.m.
Is it? Yeah, 3:30.
I'm here to do judges scheduling with Jay.
Oh, it's
Yeah. Oh.
But of course,
okay.
he's in the live stream, so let me find a place on my thing.
Here, let's put that there. We got to jockey stuff around. We've been working hard all week and trying to get everything happening. So I'm going to put this in here, add this to the. Oh,
انا
Well, there.
وجاي
I heard that.
انا ما لقيته صدفه قاعد يطلع
looks like a lid for it.
لايف على
I don't need it.
Jay, say something in Arabic.
Salam alaikum.
بعدين قعدنا انا وجاي ومنو اللي دش علينا؟ جون مورنينج.
Assalamu alaikum. Am I right? Did I get it right?
Yeah, that's
Salam
really,
alaikum.
really close.
So that means it's not close.
بهالجو الحلو وجاي مصمم يطلع باللايف القهوه.
The gawa. Okay, so I have to do my cigar. So hope you don't mind.
Yeah, no.
So this is the coffee and cigar show. So I have to do the cigar.
Nice.
What are you
So-
drinking?
Can I drink juice?
Of course, drink all you want. Today is the Wilbur Double Bullseye Maduro cigar from Wilbur Tobacco in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. I was up there recently with Rusty. Rusty was doing the chili challenge. Got second place, and I picked up this cigar. $8.50. I don't really know what it is, but basically it's called the Double Bullseye because the barbarian is really into darts, and he named all of his house cigars with dart-related names. I don't know much about darts. You guys know much about darts?
No.
No, darts. You know,
Darts, yeah, that was my.
Do you play?
Yeah,
So this is called the Double Bullseye.
We destroyed the door in my
The
house.
door? Oh.
Yeah, because we hang it behind the door.
Was your mom upset?
No.
My mom
Actually,
would
with
have
my
been.
kids.
Oh, with your. Oh, okay. Was your wife upset?
No.
She's like, get out of the house.
Because we did it in the basement. you
Oh,
know.
okay. That's good. You know, speaking of which, last night I had to move to a different room I had to go to them for 2:14, and as I'm walking down it's 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
As I'm walking by up to room 208, you hear this like scuffling, this fighting, right? And the guy gets kicked out of the room. He's just wearing shorts. He's all hairy, he's all half naked. His wife kicked him out, and he was all like, oh. I was like, oh my gosh, this place is crazy here tonight. Oh man! All right, so
Well,
cut the
Why
cigar.
do you have to change?
Yeah, that's
Ooh,
a
that's
question. Why?
So my room, right? It was this is the where is it? There, I'm gonna put that up here. Put this little thing. So at about 2:00, I'm trying to go to bed, and suddenly it's like a helicopter is outside the door. Like it's what the heck is this? So I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I'm trying to figure it out. I actually came down here to look. It's like because they're offices. So I'm like, okay, is there a helicopter flying outside? But there's nothing. There's nothing. So I'm like, so if I go back up, I can't really hear too much outside the room. So I put my ear against the wall between me and the next room, and there's and oh my gosh, man. So I kind of like called them down here. I came down here and said, hey, there's this helicopter sound in the wall. And the guy's like, oh, okay, I'll check it. So I sent two guys, 2 security guards, 2 housekeeping guys, and a maintenance guy. And they're all in my room listening for this. So after a while, he was finally like, yeah, we totally can hear it. So the guy said, you want to move? I said, yeah, I need to sleep. So he moved to this room downstairs on the second floor, 214, and it's kind of a suite, right? It's pretty big. There's a seating area. It's really nice. It smells like smoke, like stale smoke.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I'm going to sleep here tonight, and if the sound stops by the morning, I'm not going to move. Because they were like, we'll help you move. I was like, oh, no. I've got everything put away. I am not moving at 2:30 in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I ended up spending a night in another room. And
So are you going back to your old room?
oh, I went back this morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what if helicopters tonight?
well, it wasn't when I stopped in the room to pick up the gear, but
You don't have
I guess
plan B.
I have to move again
No plan B.
just to complain. Like, hey, I can't take this.
Well, last night there was like a huge party.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and it's like going on till about 2 a.m., 3 a.m. You hear it?
Well,
It's like
when we
music.
arrived
busy.
here,
Yeah.
like there was one of the rooms that you could see here. I think where that light is, right here in the middle. Man, they were like yelling and screaming and like
Yeah.
they were going
That was
crazy.
busy, yeah. By
Maybe
the
it's
way,
a
this
wedding.
is a wedding hall here,
Mm.
banquet.
There you
Oh,
go.
Arab wedding is that crazy?
Yes, actually for the women, because it's not mixed. It's actually only women's.
That get crazy?
Yeah, dancing.
Because men don't dance here.
No, we dance, but mostly the girls, they love to showcase.
Dancing.
It's they wait for each party.
Do you get to watch?
We're not allowed.
Yeah.
Well, in Kuwait, we have mixed weddings.
Mm.
In Saudi, I don't think we have mixed.
What do you mean
weddings.
mixed weddings?
In Kuwait, there is some families, it's okay, which is the normal way,
Yeah.
But in some other families in Kuwait, no, men
separated. And
During the wedding.
yeah, of course. No, they have different actually places. You know, they're
So how-
not allowed to be in the same place.
So how does that work? I mean,
Only the
so the bride and groom are getting married, the man and woman. They having ceremony someplace.
yeah.
But the guests are not there.
The I think the close family
Okay.
can be only around. Very close.
Okay. Oh, so they have a party.
Oh yeah.
But when the women have the party, does the groom go or the husband go with them?
Oh yeah. Only the husband.
Only
and
the
his
husband.
probably father, brothers.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Is inside in the hands, and then he take his groom.
Was your wedding like this?
Yeah. And then they walk to the door, get in the car, and then probably to the airport or to the next room or hotel, you know,
Oh, interesting.
or to their house. Depends on
Huh.
where they host the party.
So in your case, like so since you're from Kuwait and you're Kuwaiti,
Yeah.
okay. So is it here in Saudi, from my understanding, especially when we would be younger, meeting women, you couldn't really go out and talk to girls here, right?
Now you can.
But before you couldn't. Right?
Yes. Not allowed.
So in Kuwait, was it that restricted?
No.
So you could just
Open since time.
Mm.
Even since Kuwait started. Actually, Kuwait 100 years ago was more open. We had alcohol in Kuwait.
Oh, really?
You know that before.
Is there no alcohol now?
It's because the parliament, when they started the parliament
Yeah.
in 1960s, they called for ban, and then they banned the alcohol. It's actually it changed the culture, but Kuwaiti culture is very open.
Oh. Okay. So women do not have to wear the
No,
abaya?
they wear mini skirts in the malls in Kuwait.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Seriously,
That's
And,
not what you're expecting to hear.
No, if you go to the
3 a.m. in
no,
the Middle East,
yeah.
in Saudi Arabia.
Even if you go to the hotels, many girls wears bikinis.
Bikini. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
That's.
you can't.
Oh my
actually-
Allah.
You're on live stream, man.
I know somebody's gonna come and arrest us.
Nice. Someone's gonna come to tomorrow. Jay, you need to leave the country. You too, Mr. Sean, because you are the live
You
stream.
need to come with us today. Oh no.
Yeah, maybe before, but now I think they are open. And they have
I must say,
free
like
life.
this trip, like earlier
You
this
feel
week.
it, right?
Well, I remember I'm going around
Yeah.
and I see women, and what I mean by that is I see women without abaya, and I was like,
True.
I'm shocked at that now.
Yeah.
This trip, I'm
Yeah.
seeing a lot more women without the hijab,
Cover? Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
but not without the clothing.
I've seen a few, and I was like, whoa.
If you got the chance to see the Bolivar, you would really change your mind about Saudi Arabia.
Go.
Oh, thank you.
Can we? Shall we go to see the boulevard?
I swear, it's they bought Sean Paul.
Sean Paul, the rapper.
Yeah.
Really? When?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yeah. Do you know how many people attended the party here?
Millions.
No, it was up to 700.
But no alcohol.
Inside, you can do whatever you want, but that's the rules. I
What do
mean,
you mean inside? You
like
can drink there?
yeah. I mean, there's many people go crazy around, but they give them a free space, especially.
Well, where does the
there.
alcohol come from?
It's available.
Should we be talking about this?
No,
We should not be talking about this.
no.
No, this is the reality. You can't just say something.
Yeah, but
and-
we could get deported.
Yeah, but
But
no.
if you go to Bolivar, you will notice there's people maybe in a different mood.
Okay.
You can feel it. Everyone is having fun. And it's really different in Bolivar.
Okay.
It's really different. Fun. It's a fun place.
Okay. I'm game for it. We're good tomorrow. Oh, but what time do they close?
Much
Boulevard,
better in the evening.
Something that sounds like the boulevard, you think it's going to close early in Riyadh. Do you see the shops we went past at 2 a.m.?
That's true. That's true. That's
There
true.
were
You're right.
like coffee shops with people still in it. Like,
Yeah, that's the amazing
is-
thing.
there
Is culture like that too in Kuwait, where it's like late night?
No. Mostly we close 12, everything,
Oh,
and then people go after party,
oh, because you can
house
drink there.
parties.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
here
in
it-
Kuwait, they enjoy house parties a lot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, here in Saudi, there's like shops that are open like way past and they're open too.
yeah,
Like the restaurant we went to tonight was open till 2.
Quiznos. Do you see the Quiznos? We went past
There's
the Quiznos.
Quiznos?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
I was like, Quiznos. Then Yasmina had said the same things. Both of us were like, Quiznos. Like,
Do they have Quiznos in Singapore?
once. They opened 1 or 2 outlets and then they closed.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I might eat that just before I fly to Nepal. It's like when I was in Manila, right? And then I was being brought out for dinner. Then we went past a Shakey's. You know a Shakey's?
Oh, the
And I was
mojos.
like-
I love mojos.
I was like, I need to go Shakey's. You're like, what? I was like, because when I was a kid, Shakey's opened in Singapore and then closed down. And I remember I always liked Shakey's, so I went to Shakey's, but couldn't get anyone to come with me because it's Shakey's, right? So I went myself. I ordered a large pizza and a pasta.
Ah,
I was just eating it.
we need to get the mojos.
What mojos?
So mojos are these thinly sliced potatoes that are kind of like battered and fried, but really light batter.
yeah, that's it.
Oh, I love
European
it. I
style.
love
Yeah.
it. Oh, I love
Anyway,
it. That's my favorite thing.
just for old time's sake.
Mhm.
Yeah. Is there a Taco Bell in Riyadh?
Oh,
I don't think so.
If there is a Taco Bell, I'll eat a Taco Bell.
yeah.
I haven't.
US.
You know, you
Taco
remind me
Bell
of,
open and closed in Singapore. So.
Really?
you remind me of Maria last year. You know, before she came, Maria was like, she calls me. She's like, "Hey, I want to. It's my birthday when we're in Riyadh." And I was
Yeah.
like, she's like, "Can we go out?" Sure. Where do you want to go? She's like, "I want to go to Buffalo Wild Wings." What? And so, you know, I'm not the kind of guy that goes to Buffalo Wild Wings at home. And so I was like, okay. It's your birthday, so I can't say no. And then later she was like, we were all together. She's like, let's go to Cheesecake. I was like, cheesecake?
Oh, that's Buffalo
Yeah.
Wild Wings was where we had all those
The wings, yeah.
And then cheesecake was when I didn't join you, but you guys bought me
The cheesecake?
shepherd's pie or something.
Oh yeah.
I was like, oh, it's not bad for a chain.
Yeah.
I mean, I think cheesecake's pretty good. I mean,
yeah.
especially for what it is,
In
but, like,
Kuwait is pretty
I just don't
famous.
go to chain restaurants at home.
What
in
do
the
you
United
like?
States. I try to find like local or separate,
Mm.
like independent restaurants.
Yeah.
How about Applebee's? Is there Applebee's in Riyadh?
Yeah. Applebee's is
Really?
is there.
Closed down in Singapore as well.
See what happens.
It's closing Kuwait. It's not getting,
Yeah.
more fame.
If there's a Taco Bell, I'll go with Taco Bell. For Quiznos.
Whenever I go with my kids and wife to Europe, I love it around because
Applebee's? Or Taco
no
Bell?
Taco Bell.
There we go.
In
Taco
US.
Eat more Taco Bell.
Oh my gosh.
Don't you eat Taco Bell in Belgium?
No, gosh. No. Actually, there's a Taco Bell close to me, but across the
Yeah.
street is Popeyes.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm going
yeah,
to- I'm
yeah,
going
yeah.
to Popeyes.
Yeah.
But no, I don't go to Taco Bell.
Mm.
Not that I haven't. I've spent a good part of my young life where I 6-pack of tacos,
Mm.
and every once in a while the crispy taco.
Yeah.
okay.
Because we travel, from Kuwait to Europe. It's a long way, and then we'd like to try. Even McDonald's tastes different there.
Yes,
For
that's
us.
true. That's true. Well, the first time I met Sean, he came to Manila
Mhm.
for the competition, and they were like, "Can we go to Jollibee?" And I was like, "Jollibee."
Wow! All my team there loves
I was
it.
like, I'm not going to Jollibee. I was like, well, all right, because you guys were like, we want to know if the chicken joy tastes the same as it does in Singapore.
Yeah.
And actually, you know what? That was after that trip.
Yeah.
That same trip, I was flying back to the United States. I had to go to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So I was with my friends. I was like, "Hey, we gotta go to Jollibee because I want to see if LA Jollibee compares to Manila Jollibee.
So does it?
Yeah, Manila's
yeah.
better. The
Yeah.
chicken and joy in Manila is
But
much
it's
better.
true. Even in Singapore, Manila is better. Johnny B in
I
Manila
believe it. I believe
is
it.
better.
Even my team there loves it in Kuwait.
If you're just joining us now here in the live stream, I'm here with Ahmed Al Rashidi from Kuwait and Sean Ong from Singapore. We're here Sean and I are judging, and Ahmed is here doing the MC thing and
He's a past champion.
being the past champion, the first champion of Saudi.
I'm proud to.
Of course,
say
you're from
that.
Kuwait. I don't
Yeah.
understand. That's very confusing. It's even, and I was the head judge. It's very confusing to me.
Yeah.
No, it was the start, and I was working with camel stuff,
Mhm.
and it was my passion. Even when I started my career, in 2016, I went to New York. I studied coffee in Ivory Farm, Top Estate.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I started my life there.
Who
and
did you study with at Irving Farm? Do you recall?
Oh, I remember the trainer. She had a lot of tattoos and a boycott.
Maybe Rusty knows. Rusty, if you're still watching, do you know this person?
yeah,
Because Rusty is kind of plugged into.
yeah, and I loved it in Ivory Farm. It was really inspiring because I saw the. So it was my first time.
Mhm.
How they have the training classes there, and then I used to go down eat at their cafes. It was
Oh,
busy afternoon. I loved it.
so you only got into coffee in 2016?
No, before that I was like drinking coffee, but I didn't understand how I can be a coffee professional because I had my career. I was working in a luxury field.
What were you doing?
Shalhoub. I was Shalhoub is a big retailer, beauty retailer.
Okay.
They are joint venture with Chanel and LV.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was.
Are they a manufacturer or?
Though they are the retailer, so the distributor actually for the.
okay,
But
yeah.
they Chanel and LV and others, they go joint venture. They don't give you distributor. They trust them.
Yeah.
So they are the biggest beauty retailer in the Middle East, and then I was hired there as a fragrance portfolio in charge. So, fragrance was my time that I loved, the smells and the aroma and everything.
Oh, really?
That's why when I joined coffee in 2015, it was really good for me. So I decided to go and join the guys for Barista Camp
Mhm.
in 2016 in LA,
Okay.
Indian Wells. Here's where I met everyone there.
Ah,
Yeah.
Nice. Who were the coffee people you met there? Do you recall?
Oh, so many.
Some of the
seriously.
ones that you were most-
Espresso bars. Everyone was there. The champion of 2008. US
I wonder who that
champion.
was.
World Barista champion 2008. He was playing piano that
World-
time.
Oh, Stephen Morrison.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Stephen likes to play.
Yeah, and I saw many people, But the best thing is, at the Q&A, 4:00 p.m., they was talking about flavor wheels,
Right.
and I raised my hand at the Q&A, and I said, "Why it's not in Arabic?"
Yeah, of course.
Then I found myself the only Arabic guy there. And I said, I came all the way from Kuwait to learn about coffee. I was wondering, do you have it in Arabic? And then he told me, you can do it. Work on it.
That's such a specialty coffee answer.
It totally
You
is.
could
It
do
totally
it.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was fun. Loved it.
Nice.
And it was my
Nice.
first time to play with everyone, a blind taste activities.
Mhm.
Everyone was holding each other and then saying the flavors that he's smelling in the cups. They had some, nuts and fruits there. It was fun.
Someone
Then-
got one.
Thank you. And then there when I met Giovanni Cassettini, he was next to the station of Victoria Duane. And I saw an old man. I told him, I'm from Kuwait. You look like Italian.
He's like, of course I am.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And then every time, they had in the Barista Camp 5 stations, and we had to move from each station. What I do, I used to stay in my station and use the wasta of Giovanni Cassettini. I said, I don't want to go there. I stay here. Because I found Victoria Duane machine
very friendly.
Yes.
I loved it. That's why I bought one immediately when I got back. 2 Matos one and 1 Victor
Oh.
Victor and Wayne Togo.
Nice.
Where do you put it?
Actually, in my business.
Why
Before,
not?
because I
Okay.
had no shop in that time. I was looking for a shop. Then I was lucky, got in the middle of Kuwait City. My first shop, which is I sold before Corona. I had a chance to sell it, and then it was very nice to start the journey. And when I came to Kuwait, everyone was wondering, you studied coffee? Yeah. It was like something new for everyone. They
Was there
didn't-
no specialty coffee there?
No, they didn't understand the Barista Guild of America at that time. Many people didn't understand it.
I don't understand.
Okay. I was telling everyone about the culture I saw, and I got really inspired.
So when you're not here judging, what do you do back in Kuwait with coffee?
Well, I have my second family, which is my team, Filipinos, Indians. I love my team. That's,
Is it you have coffee?
I founded ARK 2016 after I come back from USA, because I thought that I can start a coffee business, because I felt like I'm ready to become a barista.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I set the 2018 to become a barista champion. Where, I don't know, seriously.
So any place.
Anyway, I
Okay.
just wanna. The plan was Dubai, and I started a coffee shop, and we started to work on it, and then we went to Doha, Qatar.
Yeah.
When Corona came, then we resumed operation and like Kuwait, involving with Jarir bookstore, one of the biggest bookstores in the Middle East. Starbucks has 45 stores with them, and I got the 4 locations in Kuwait with them, and my headquarters with. And then now we are expanding, our operation. Hopefully this year we're going to start in Riyadh.
Oh, nice. So you're saying that
Nice.
your ARK shops are inside the Jadir bookstore?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I found partnership, and this is where the leasing areas in Kuwait is very hard to find the best location, or you're gonna pay extra money, which is you don't have to do that. Sometimes I would really save money for rent and salaries than to pay it for.
So are these since you're in the bookstores, are you just paying rent for the space?
Yeah, I can invest just in this location, and then you try to bring a value. But the best thing, in our countries here, people will really attach to you. You do what you say, and then they follow whatever things you have done before. Just kind of a wave, everybody will talk about the quality. They really wants to become something,
Okay.
but mostly, people they don't understand. It's not overnight.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It will take time.
Yeah.
I paid mostly more than 10,000 KD, which is equal more than 25,000 US dollar in my trip just to learn back 2016. I didn't have to do that, but I just wanted to learn because I had a clear target. I wanted to be a barista.
Nice.
And
After fragrances.
Yes, and I saw Popluski. Yeah, in that time, the U.S. Barista Champion 2015.
Popluski.
Yeah, I saw him in George Howell.
Babinski.
Sorry, Babinski.
Babinski. Okay.
I saw him in George Howell.
Right.
And I told him, I saw the movie and I was just about to cry.
About to cry. Wow.
Yeah, because I felt, there's something's gonna happen.
Wait, which
because
movie?
The barista.
Oh, that's right.
He's very down to earth. Honestly, that guy, he's amazing.
Yeah. I have not seen the movie.
Oh
No,
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
seen it.
it's amazing.
I have to watch it.
I found the movie fun.
It was-
found
Or
it
funny.
fun, yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. I was not understanding what they're doing at the
Yeah, I
beginning.
think if you didn't know what's going on,
Yeah.
it's quite impressive movie.
Yes.
But if you've been coaching competitors and
Mm.
your competitors win, you're like, yeah, okay.
Oh, so I'm gonna find it funny.
It's just hard work. It's
Yeah,
just a
yeah,
lot of
yeah,
hard
yeah,
work.
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
It's a lot of resources.
Go, what's
Oh no, thank you. This is fine.
How about you, Sean? How did you get into coffee?
This was my first job when I was part-timing. Yeah. So I started in Starbucks. I always liked the people more than coffee itself. I always drink tea. So in the mornings I drink tea. I don't really drink coffee. And then I was very fortunate to have caught the first wave, third wave.
Yeah.
So when third wave first went into Singapore, I was fortunate. Just a few of us managed to ride it out. So at that point of time, there was just a couple of cafes. I wasn't a business owner then, but you ride with it. So you left Starbucks and you did third wave coffee. So I was fortunate then.
What year is this?
10, 12 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And then next thing that got me started was I was very fortunate to ride the wave of the Robusta, fine Robusta. At that point in time, Southeast Asia and Asia was starting to actually do up fine Robustas. So I was quite fortunate to get my legs into that.
Well, when you say there's a wave for fine Robusta,
Mm.
what was that all about? Because I don't think that wave ever happened in the U.S.
I think it does. There are people that are actually interested in Robusta,
Right.
are getting more interested in Robusta. Yeah, and I think
Blend? For the blend?
no, as an alternative to
Yeah,
low
yeah,
quality Arabica.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so fine Robusta is not going to take over commercial Robusta. The price isn't going to cut it, but it's a viable alternative for very low quality Arabica.
Uh-huh.
No,
Because
Brian, this is live.
What?
One of my friends, Brian, was asking, not live, right? Because last week's show was not live.
Okay,
I pre-recorded.
It's live.
We are live in
Yeah.
Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, right now.
And beautiful weather.
beautiful weather, weird ass timing. What time is it?
It's 4 a.m.
It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're here with Jay.
That's right. This is Sean Ong from Singapore, one of our judges, and this is Ahmed Al Rashidi, our MC here at the competition.
Yeah.
And so we're all hanging out. And so let's jump on. And
Yeah.
Mm.
It's amazing.
all right, so you were saying that
Yeah.
Sorry.
So Robusta got me to judge green. So I actually do more green coffee judging.
Mhm.
So I do some downstream judging in Singapore. I also help run the stage. I also help run the event. I'm just fortunate to have judged, for example, in Thailand's first CIGS, right?
okay.
Coffee and Good Spirits, right?
Yeah,
Fortunate
so
to
Dubai as well.
yeah. So and I've fortunate to judge in green coffee competitions, right? Yunnan in Philippines, right? In Thailand. So yeah.
People like you in Dubai. Before I know you, I was watching you many times.
In Dubai.
Yeah.
What was I doing? I've never done Dubai.
No, you came.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you visited Dubai Gold Fruit before?
No.
How many times was that?
Was I in Dubai? I've been in Dubai
But
a
you
couple
didn't.
of times.
But you didn't attend the shows. You
I
attended the show.
don't think so.
Really?
I can't remember. I don't think so. But I've been a couple of times.
We
Okay.
had
And,
talk about you.
Really?
Many times, yeah.
Got a different shot. Man. I'm
No.
famous.
Your show.
You're famous. You're famous. He's famous. Everyone's famous.
In Middle East, we know many people. And because I've been in many shows.
Mm.
Honestly, I was lucky to see US, Europe, also Korea.
Mm.
I've been in cafe show,
Mhm.
and and also USA.
Okay. For the SEA?
Yeah, like even Seattle and
Mm.
World Coffee
Mm.
events. It was really interesting before that, but everyone talking about you. You're very serious.
You're famous?
No, he's very serious when he does his job.
Is it?
That's what
Really?
we like about
He's
you.
very serious.
That's not.
They made
that's not
comments about
good.
that yesterday.
No, it's a
That's not
very
good.
good compliment.
because
that's not.
because-
That's definitely not good.
no. People depends on you.
Mm.
Seriously.
You know, I've never been to shows. I don't go to shows.
You ever go to shows, really?
Yeah, I don't go to shows.
Seriously?
So when I was a
I mean, I'm
barista,
kidding. Yeah.
I like people more. I think it's the old Starbucks culture, right? Where
Okay.
people comes first, right? Okay, before coffee. And then when I started dabbling in green coffee, I was actually more interested in the farmers. It's just my nature that before I even started work, I drink tea. I don't drink coffee. And because you go to Starbucks, and because Starbucks is kind of, it's not really like specialty, right? So because of that, over there you learn things like operations, customer service. You also learn how to put people first. So the craft of the barista is actually more important to me than the product. So I've never been very passionate about the coffee product. I've been very passionate about the barista craft.
Interesting.
I've been very passionate about the farmers, right? So even when I started doing green coffee, I've always enjoyed the people. Never about, so like I can go for days without food.
Wow.
Yes, I'm like that too.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. So I have a very professional relationship with coffee, but I like people. I think people are very important. I think the craft of the barista, if you do it well, it can change your life. It makes you sharper. It makes you more diligent.
True.
Right. Yeah, and like coffee producers, right? When you meet them, they are very lovely people, right? So that's essentially me. So that's why I don't really do the shows, and which is also why I've never gotten my WC.
Okay.
The judging.
But so, for example, you know SCA, the diploma.
Yeah.
I've got all the modules.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I've never gotten the diploma.
Huh.
I
Why not get
just
the diploma?
I just find it very tedious to tally the certs
Yeah.
and then get all the numbers and then submit it. So I have the only one I don't have is roasting professional, which I can quite easily get. But I just never tallied up the SCA certs.
Oh.
So I don't have the diploma, even though I can, right? I don't keep the badges, you know.
Yeah.
No, you're
Yeah.
You
So,
got
like,
my
sometimes-
office, I got the bag and all.
Sometimes I go
I
and then
don't
I'm
do
like,
that.
wow, this guy has like all the badges, right? Like CQI, everything. I'm a CQI assistant instructor, so I don't have
okay.
badges on my apron. Yeah. So like WC, if I wanted to, I could. There was a time where even the exams were in Singapore. So WC actually did a judges certification in Singapore. So I could have signed up for that, right? At
Okay.
that point of time, I obviously qualified, right? But it's just never in my agenda to do anything downstream. So that's why I've never been interested in. So I'm here because it's an inaugural. I find that I have skill sets, like I can run the comps as well as the admin in addition to judge. So I find myself quite useful here. So that's
why I
Very, very, very.
Yeah, that's why I
useful,
told
very
you.
useful.
Like
Yeah.
we talked about you, me and Kareem, and he was saying a really good thing about you.
Mm.
This is what I meant by seriously, you are taking the job
Yeah.
seriously, and
So
because he says Sean is a great guy
mm.
to do that.
Oh, you know what's interesting?
What's that?
I think that there's a lot of scarcity in learning how to run the competition. I think there's a lot of coming up that actually don't know the details of the
I saw you today
competition.
Oh, yeah, very
lifting the guidelines and making sure you're taking it. This is what I mean by seriously,
I found this spot outside.
Yeah.
You know.
I know. I saw you. You're sitting at the.
So I was looking for a space where I could sit and observe without stressing Ahmad out, because I think I was stressing him out big time. And to put it in perspective, a lot of things set up yesterday. A lot of things weren't set up this morning, right? So the stage was pretty much in disarray. And we did 14 competitors on a brand new events team, and we were only 38 minutes overtime.
Yeah, that
So-
was impressive.
So
Yeah.
those of you who run comms, you will know that 38 minutes overtime on a brand new team with a stage that's not even set up 2 hours before you started, and where you had to do your practices concurrently in the competitors' room, it's really impressive.
Well, you
So-
know, it's interesting because I was sitting there at the judges' table after doing one of the rounds, and we're probably about halfway through it.
Yeah.
And Yasmina, who's our newest judge, she comes up to me. She's like, "How do you like manage to stay something like? How do you manage to stay calm when and on top of everything and know what's happening all the time?" And I told her the reality is I really don't know what's going on.
Very relaxed. Relaxed.
I don't.
by the way.
The reason that I can look this relaxed is because Sean has total like oversight of what's happening. Otherwise, it would be complete pandemonium for me. So it's like, and that's
That's
why-
what I meant.
that's why
right?
this is
You
what I love about
taking it-
the-
Yeah.
is that for the last 3 years now, or now the 3 years,
Yeah,
Sean's
yeah,
been
yeah.
with us. So it's
Yeah.
like it's taken care of. The management is taken, and you're tremendous at this. And
You're the
like,
manager.
and in other countries where I'm all by myself, it's pandemonium half the time.
It is, right? So sometimes you do the newer comps. It's like,
Yes.
whoa.
Yeah.
But
Well,
last year, Adriana was here. Shout out to Adriana.
Yeah. We miss you, Adriana.
So because you're not here, I have to do scorekeeping, which is very challenging doing scorekeeping with.
I saw her
Stage
in
management.
Boston.
yes, she was.
Remember,
on-
huh?
we were on
Yeah,
Boston.
I know.
So I miss you, Adriana.
We
Yeah,
miss
so,
you here.
so I was like trying to find a spot where I could
Yeah,
observe
yeah.
without stressing Ahmad out. So I knew that if I kept sitting outside, he'll just get me. So I told Rawan to get me a table because I needed to do scorekeeping.
Yeah.
So she found me a table. I don't know how she did it, but she found me a table. I found a chair. But it was too dark. So I couldn't do any of the scorekeeping and the score entering. So tomorrow I'm going to bring my headlight. And
Mining.
Yeah, because you're like right there by the entrance of the judge's room, and next to this with this refrigerator.
yeah.
And I was like, he's just sitting there. But the funny, you know what? I noticed that earlier because I have a little notepad on on that judge's table.
Yeah.
And I started making a list. Things for 2022.
Yeah.
There are three lists. There are 3 items on that from tonight. One of them is like we need to get Sean a proper place.
A desk.
Well, to be fair, most of the time it's inside the judge's room, right? So
Yeah,
we always.
It's a small. It's a small.
Yeah,
room.
we can always find a table, but this room was small.
Small, very small. Yeah.
So I really had to find like a seat outside and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But yeah.
the 3 things is bigger judge's room,
Yeah.
scorekeeper's room, and a place for Sean. Those are the 3 things on my list.
Well, we were lucky because at that point of time, because we needed to swap out judges, and then after that, the whole judges' schedule started going a bit haywire. So I was lucky I was there. So I was
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
because I think I started to realize that because the turnover was so fast, I started to realize that you and Ryan didn't really have enough time to rally the judges. So I was always assuming that, because usually the head judge does that, right? The head judge stands there and goes, okay, who are my judges? S1, S2, S3, S4, T1, T2, let's go. But then I realized that the turnover was so fast. I was looking at that and I don't think you and Ryan actually can cope finding your own judges, because once you're done, you're out, right?
Yeah,
So I was like, I think I need to sit somewhere where I like make sure all the judges are.
Yeah, that was extremely helpful because there was a point where I was supposed to take a team that I'd written with Yasmina and I think Chris was on it,
Mhm.
and they were still being debriefed with Ryan. So I was just like, I just told a bunch of the judges around me, okay, you, and you, we're going. And then after that's when it started to fall apart.
Yeah,
for me.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
you were
yeah,
like,
yeah.
then they were like, then the next round somebody came up to me and said, oh yeah, Sean told me to come with you. Okay, good, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
we're
to
going.
be fair, it happens, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
you sometimes you get a complaint,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah,
you just change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We have a
and
question
it's-
from the audience.
yes.
So Brian wants to know, Sean, can you discuss green bean judging? Tell us what green bean judging is.
Oh. Okay. So basically, when you're in competitions, you're basically doing very formal sensory analysis, right? So if you're on the downstream competitions where you're doing barista, you're essentially conducting sensory analysis on an espresso drink, so it's usually a milk dilution, and an espresso-based SIG drink, right? Signature drink. If you're competing in Brewers Cup, that would be hand brewing, right? And sometimes the downstream competitions have elements of upstream stuff. So, for example, the Barista champion or the Barista or the Brewers Cup champion is expected to know a lot about their coffee and is expected to get involved in the development of the coffee from green. Okay, so that's what happens downstream. Now, if you're involved in upstream competitions, what happens is that you're there to grade producers. So the most common competition will be the Cup of Excellence competition, right? In the Cup of Excellence, right, and but I'm not a judge. But in the Cup of Excellence, basically, all the producers in the countries are allowed to basically submit their green coffee to be judged by a local and international panel. So green coffee is roasted equally to the same sample roasting degrees, and then it's cupped, and then it's scored. And then the highest scored coffee amongst the average wins, right? On a lower scale, we have normal green coffee competitions that take place using the CQI cupping protocol. And
Which
the
is Coffee
SA
Quality Institute.
Yeah, the Coffee Quality Institute. So it's the same protocol and the same grading systems that's used by the Q Arabica, the Q Robusta graders, right? So again, in this system, if you are in this system, not everyone's in this system, but most people do understand that it's one of the ways you grade green coffee. If you score above an 80, that's specialty, and then if you're scoring 79 or below, or anything below 80, it's not specialty. So green coffee competitions essentially, we cup and we grade green coffee, right? So the green coffee is submitted by the producer, and you roast it and then you cup it. So it's way upstream, further upstream.
It's at the highest level. It's at the farthest point upstream, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Green coffee competitions. So that's green coffee competitions.
Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you do a lot of cupping in your normal coffee life?
Yeah. So the academy has its own, and we teach a lot of SEA classes. So we're cupping every week.
When you say the academy, what is that?
Better Barista Coffee Academy. So I'm the head trainer at Better Barista Coffee Academy. We're a social enterprise based in Singapore. We do work with moms and as well as youth at risk, where we.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Okay.
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that.
So
I thought you were just like a normal for-profit kind of like coffee school.
No, we're a social enterprise. So we are for-profit, and then but basically all the resources goes into this holistic program that we do work with youth at risk as well as women from a bit more of a disadvantaged background, socially disadvantaged background. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and so we do work in prisons, the women's prison, the male prison. We do work in juvenile or juvie, right? In Singapore, we don't really call them prison, but we call them like the boys' home and the girls' home.
Okay.
So the academy runs the SAA classes as well. So one of the things that we run is the green coffee and sensory. So we run all 5 of the SAA. We hopefully soon we'll run the CQI if I get CQI instructor. Yeah, but yeah, we talk.
Wow.
Interesting.
So these women and these juveniles, they're being trained to work in coffee shops? Or?
Yeah, so when we train them with barista skills.
Okay.
But what's unique about our training is that we provide mental training, which is the skills base. We provide physical training, where we teach them to use physical training to bond and to learn people skills.
Mm-hmm.
But most importantly, and the core of it is our emotional training. So we do EQ training. And the emotional
EQ
training,
meaning?
emotional quotient.
Emotional.
Yeah. So it's your ability to people understand, and that's actually what's very crucial in helping them to find work. Because I mean, you can equip anyone with a skill, but the ability to execute the skill, be punctual, not blow up, not quit because you're not happy with someone or misunderstand someone.
Yeah.
So those are really the skill sets you need when you go to work. So we do that. So we call this the holistic training. So mental, physical, and emotional, and then we do that. And coffee is just one of the components of.
It's like the bar essentially. Flow. Skills.
But that's part of the coffee training. Yeah. So emotional training would be like, why are you feeling like that, right?
Situational management.
It's more than that. It's more like, what's happening?
Mm-hmm.
Are you angry? Are you sad? Why are you angst? Right?
The barista when they go to work.
We teach them that.
Yeah.
The reason is
how
because
they control their emotional.
Yeah, you need to manage.
Inside
That's part of the growth,
Yes,
right?
yes,
So
yes.
your ability to manage yourself and how you're feeling, because a lot of times people do what they feel, and
Affect their performance.
yeah, and we gotta teach them that sometimes you feel a certain way because you think a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
So you change the way you think, You're
Right,
able to
just-
manage. You don't negate what you feel, but you're able to manage.
I guess that's important because this EQ thing is probably a lot of what landed them in these situations.
Exactly. So that's why providing just them with a skill is not enough. You need the emotional component. So that's it. That's what we do.
Like emotional intelligence.
So Brian says this is fascinating. Oops.
Oh, there's comments there.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying.
Ah,
Thank you. Nice to hear other countries to try to rehabilitate those in need.
yeah. I'm sure there are people doing the same thing in the States.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then another one of my friends, Mark, says, are psychologists involved in these programs with you?
Yes. So our in-house program is developed by a psychiatrist as well as a psychiatrist. Okay, maybe that was a long time ago, but now we have a psychologist, and then it's developed, and then we have a bunch of social workers that works throughout the program. So yes, yeah.
Is there an average amount of time that it takes to help someone work through this program?
No, because there's an average amount of time for the program. So we have like different timings for the program. But I think what you're asking is that basically is there a basic average amount of time for someone to be able to get themselves to the point where they are working? And the answer is no, because everyone's different, right? Some people have their breakthrough very early. Some people just don't have their breakthrough. We need to remember there's a lot of factors, right? And if you're able to solve the factors for them, it's easier, right? And factors good. For example, I remember one of our holistic trainees, right? She can work, she can think, she's very smart, but she's perpetually ill. Right? But then we visit a place and it's like a one-room flat with 6 or 7, 8 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So and so if you're tired, where do you rest? It's a huge difference because you can't say that if you get fired from your job and I get fired from my job, it's the same thing. It's different. Someone who is poorer has to take public transport. They can't cry on the bus. I can take a cab, cry in the cab.
Right.
If I live alone with my mom and my dad and I have a big house, I can close the door to my room and have my space. But somebody that lives with 6, 7, 8 people in a one-room flat, they feel that they have no time, they have no space. Yeah. So where do you cry? In the toilet? Till the next person needs to use the toilet?
I usually cry in the toilet.
Yeah.
So that's a great point.
So it's not true that when the same thing happens to each person, everybody's rock bottom feels the same. It's actually not true. Some people have the capacity to deal with it. Some people have the infrastructure to deal with it. Some people, and if you deal with those infrastructures, right, sometimes you save people. And you don't even deal with the person themselves. You just deal with the infrastructure. You can save people in the system. But
let's say like you have this person with that example, they're in a situation where they live with the people. Like, is your organization able to get them out of that kind of out of that living situation too?
Usually
how
not.
Does that work?
Depends on how old they are. Depends on how ready they are ready to leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's also the element of jobs, right, and schooling, whether they should go back to school, they should continue working. Yeah. So that's a lot of everyone's different. So that's why there's no real answer to what you asked.
Right.
Right. So we have a program timing, but individually it's very hard to say.
Is that part of the disabled people as well?
No, we've done work with some hearing people, with some
deaf people.
So some challenges in hearing.
Yeah.
We also done work
Speaking?
with some people speaking not yet. People challenge seeing.
Yeah.
We've done work with terminally ill children. But speaking not yet. I don't think so, at least.
Okay.
Yeah, I might be a bit out of touch of ground.
Different numbers.
Yeah. So we have hearing impaired
and
visually impaired.
I think really interesting. To help them.
How long have you been doing that kind of thing?
Better been around 10 years. So it's our 10th anniversary this year. I've been involved on the first year. So very nice.
Was it intentional for you to join this kind of program, or you just kind of fell into it through coffee? Or
So when I came out from Starbucks, basically in Singapore, you after school you do your national service. So I've been in the army, and then when my military service was over, I backpacked in Australia and New Zealand for a year.
really?
So I took off without money. I took off with $1,000, right? And that's actually very little money. So during that time when I was backpacking, it was illegal to find cash in hand, and so you had to find it, under the table, because you couldn't legally work. So it's very hard to find work. And then when I came back, I joined Starbucks, and then I worked in Starbucks for a while, and then I joined it for 3 years. I was the director of operations in the church, because I want to figure out like what's going on, right? It's very interesting because you grow up in church. So I joined the church for 5 years, and then I came out back in Starbucks, and then I joined a food chain, right, as an operations manager. And then I stopped short. I went back to Starbucks for a short while just to help one of my friends at Starbucks store. And then I stopped and I jumped into specialty. So I went back to be a barista for a year in specialty coffee. And
Is that place still in existence today, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I only spent a year there. I was only planning to spend a year there because one of my coffee mentors was there, and he was opening the first shop. So I said, well, if I had to learn specialty, at that time I figured there's something there,
Yeah, true.
right? But weighing the portafilter and all that, there's something there. I don't think anyone gets it yet, but there's something there.
Yeah.
And at that point of time, nobody got it, right? Nobody drinks back. It's like, so I did it for a year, and then after that, I dabbled into training, and then Beta asked me if I wanted to be a trainer. So I said, yeah, why not? Right? So our SCA, at the time it wasn't SCA. At the time it was SCAA and SCAE. So you were collecting way more certs.
I did.
Especially Coffee
Yeah,
Association
yeah,
Europe.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
where I studied before they split.
so I had SCAA certs, SCAA certs, and then so
They used to put our names in the website.
so I went in as the head trainer of Better Barista Coffee Academy. At the time we were very small, so I took over the training and he just built the academy up. It's not an academy, it's 3 companies. So the Better Group comprises of Better Coffee Co., which is the roasting facility and the retail facility. Better Lives, which is the emotional, and then Better Barista Coffee Academy. So I pretty much as head trainer, pretty much directed the academy together with the founders, right, for the last 10 years. And the academy, that small thing to where we are.
No, that's awesome.
Nice.
So is it a pretty big organization now, or?
The whole group is big, right? The academy is not that big. 10. I have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 trainers.
Okay,
9 trainers around there.
nice. So we got a comment here from Mark, who says, I think the important part about barista Prado bets is that it gives them meaning, feeling of self-worth, and experience. They can have a good impact on others. Mark is involved in mental health back in the United States. So
Yeah.
that's an interesting comment. Yeah.
But you're right. So if you can deal with their sense of self-worth, a lot of things start fitting in place. Yeah. So,
Oh, nice.
I think we need that kind of training in the Middle East, because there's a lot of people who cannot hear, cannot speak. They are not still part of the community, and coffee could be the window,
Yeah.
for people to be
Yeah.
encouraged and work
Yeah.
and blend with the community.
and I think there's a lot of potential for that. Over here, there's different coffee products. It's not just lattes, right?
Yeah,
You got the kawa,
Yeah.
and even then you got your just very break, right, in the middle. So,
In shops, they put the gahwa
Where?
on their tables for
Here?
marketing. Yeah, for marketing.
Oh, you mean
purposes.
in non-coffee retail?
Like a lot of places.
Yeah.
We can't really specialty, or I don't know, but I've seen it in the malls.
Mm.
It drives a lot of customers here.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, here in Arabic culture, the gawa is the symbol of hospitality. Right?
Yes, but actually, it's the iconic tool that you can drive customers in. Specialty.
Just by offering the gawa and dates.
Oh yeah, it's people do it in I think in a blue batch,
Well, they have that one. There's that one company that has
and then just do it.
the big Della like this big.
Yeah.
It's like, it looks like a big air, like a big coffee brewer.
Yeah,
When we see it again.
Yeah. I mean, you can't miss it. These massive. They're like massive white Dellas. You're like, oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
what is that craziness? If it wasn't 220, I'm tempted to buy one.
it's interesting how coffee changing the culture here, especially people travel overseas and then come back with many questions. And the old history of coffee is not really evolving quickly, but the new generation is tend to change. If you can see the feel and look of many coffee shops, also the type of roast, the volume of coffee beans,
Mhm.
been dragged to the market. It's really massive here.
Yeah. Oh, we got a question. Brian's asking, may I ask the gentleman in the corner his name?
Oh, my name is Ahmed in Arabic, Ahmed in English. It's easy because you cannot pronounce the H, yes. So yeah. That's in Europe. Mostly in US, they Ahmed try to say Ahmed.
Oh, like you're coughing.
In Singapore,
Yes.
it's Ahmad.
Yes,
Ahmad.
exactly. So
That's
my
why they have
name
the
is,
T. It's like the T. Ahmad T.
yes, correct. So my name is Ahmed Al Rashidi. So which Al means I belong to the family of Rashidi.
Oh, I thought Al meant the. Like
No,
you'd be
no,
the
no.
Rashidi.
It belongs to.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you could be like Al Ong.
Yeah, belongs to a family of all.
I like
Yeah,
that. I
yeah.
like that. Or I could be Al Karaga, but that's my brother. His name
Yeah.
is Al.
So
Yeah.
Bin is son of, right?
My father is Naif, so I'm the son of Naif
So how
Al
do you say
Rashidi.
that? Al Rashidi, but
But
son of nine, Bin, right?
yeah, here
Bin,
in Saudi
right, yeah.
Arabia they say
Daughter
No, but that's
is-
not Kuwaiti.
no.
You say Bin.
Kuwaiti you just say Ahmed Naif Al Rashidi.
Oh, knife.
So there's
Knife.
no word in between.
Yes,
right?
knife.
Okay.
Not
Over
Naif.
here it's Bin and Binti.
Close to Naif.
Knife.
Yeah, Naif.
Oh, knife.
Knife.
Knife. Like Naif.
Yeah.
Yeah, knife.
It's the top
So-
of the mountain.
Not
Yeah,
knife.
so I know that sons are Bin,
Binti.
and then daughters Binti.
Yes.
Yes, that's right.
Binti.
Same in Singapore.
Yes.
Muhammad Binti.
Oh,
Yeah.
Singapore.
Oh, Muhammad Binti.
Binti.
Is that
We have
Chinese
the same
or Malaysian?
culture.
Because they're Malay.
Same
Yeah, Malays
language.
are all dominantly Muslim.
So you have many Arabic words.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And we are very familiar, like in Singapore,
How do you say shukran?
shukran,
Thank
Malay,
you.
thank you. Thank you.
Oh, only thank you.
there's no word for
In Malay, there is know it, but it's not coming off.
selamat?
No, salamat.
No, salamat is thank you. For like my.
Terima kasih.
Okay.
Oh my God! If I didn't know it, I'll be very
Cane will be
Holy
Yeah. No,
Okay.
salamat because my team is mostly Filipinos,
Yeah.
and I got you.
Well, but-
salamat.
so-
In Malay, it's terima kasih.
Terima
Yeah.
kasih. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Malay is Javanese around there, right? But
Okay.
because a lot of them are Muslims, right? So we in Singapore, race and religion are very sensitive.
Mm.
So you can't just say something against another religion. You get into serious trouble in Singapore. And what the government does is make sure that all religions have equal say. At the same time, you can't offend each other. So you can't do the same thing with race. So in school, when we are young, we do religious classes. And so we learn about somebody else's religion and learn about somebody else's race. So we are very familiar with the fasting month, for example.
Oh yeah.
Right? So we tend to be a bit more sensitive in the fasting month.
The fast. Oh, you mean like Ramadan? Is that Ramadan?
Ramadan,
Okay.
Right? So in the military service, I know that my Malay friends, right, after running. Some of them can put water in their mouth and spit, but some of them cannot. So it's
Because
yeah, and they are
oh yeah,
different.
it's illegal in Singapore, right?
No, it's more like because they can't drink.
You can't drink.
Yeah,
But
and
I mean,
then-
the act of spitting, I heard is illegal.
yeah, you can't. If you spit and you get caught, you get fined.
Okay. So, but because of religious, they allow that.
No. You
Oh, no.
you still can't spit. It's just that I know that amongst the Muslim, right, some believe you can put water in your mouth, but as long as you don't swallow, it's okay. So they spit it out. But some are a bit more stricter, so they don't even allow water in
Yeah.
your mouth. Yeah. So I've encountered two types of Malay friends who are like that.
Yeah.
So depending on the teaching or the school that
Culture actually, and how
Yeah.
strict you are,
Mm.
and how is your, level of
piety, devotion.
devotion,
Yeah.
how you do it. But today, I don't think it's very, very hard to do for 1 month.
Tried twice
To do the
when I
fasting.
was in Starbucks, so I fasted the whole Ramadan
Oh,
with my colleagues.
I
From
think-
sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's very, very difficult because
I know.
I've done also 40 days no food, just liquid. So just water and maybe juice, but no food.
Detox.
No, just for religious reasons, right? 40
What
days
religion
no
was
food.
that with?
For-
Christian does 40 days, 40 nights.
You never done it?
I'm Catholic. We don't do those kind of
Oh,
things.
okay.
Really?
So basically, I've done 40 days no food, just liquid,
Wow.
and I've done Ramadan.
Ramadan. Yeah, amazing.
Ramadan is harder than no food.
I take vacation. in Ramadan.
Way harder.
I
Way
take
harder.
vacation in Ramadan. I can't work. Seriously.
Yeah.
So you come to America after Ramadan, so you don't have to. You can
No,
afford
no,
it.
I actually don't work in Ramadan.
Oh, you don't work. Okay.
Yeah, so I called all my. I said, "Excuse me, I'm not gonna emails. I'm gonna work
Yeah.
on bed."
Like,
But-
yeah,
but
it's
you-
nuts.
It'd be just because it's difficult because what makes it more difficult than
I was within fast, right? And you tell me that I had to do one for obviously non-religious reasons, right? But I had to do one. The easier one is to go without food than to do the Ramadan fast. Because
because
with Ramadan, you go without food, water for a long period throughout the day.
Almost 12 hours.
Yeah.
especially here in the desert where it's so dry. How do you
Yeah.
manage?
So no,
We don't
no,
go out.
Yeah,
in
no
the
food
morning.
is easy. You try no water, it's very hard.
Yeah, but even like here, like we're always indoors. We're not really outdoors, right? Even if I'm just here in the hotel, like after couple hours, it's like I gotta have
Yeah.
water. It's
Yes.
dry.
Yes, yes.
So imagine in military where my Malay friends, the Malays have to do a run,
Mhm.
right?
During
And
their fasting?
yeah.
Oh,
so the Malays continue on, so they don't just take a break. So they run. They freaking run like 10 km, 10 km, and after that they can't drink. We're like, then all of us like pouring their water bottles on them. They were like,
Oh, so they can have water, but they
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah, we
they
throw
cannot
water.
consume
Well,
it.
not
basically.
swallowing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the ones that can put it in the mouth and spit it out but not swallow, they do that. Yeah, but some don't. So Ramadan is tough.
That's like serious. That's serious devotion to God.
Yeah, but
but you need to prepare yourself,
yeah,
like mentally, that you are accepting this challenge inside your mind. Then you will accept it. Once you accept it, you can just first days, 3 days, it will cause you a headache a little bit. Especially if you smoke, it's going to be a problem for you because you can't smoke as well.
and that's just a physical
You know?
part, right? Because there's a spiritual part as well where you seek forgiveness.
Yeah, and then try to be busy with reading Quran or
Mm.
watching religious things. Yeah. So you get yourself busy. Mostly I sleep.
Try to fast. fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So when sunset comes, but you can eat anything then.
Oh, when we
that
start
right?
to break.
Once you break fast,
Is
Once
it?
you
It's
migrate,
a whole month.
Yeah.
40 days.
Yeah.
Nearly.
And then we celebrate Eid after the third.
So what is the Eid?
Eid al-Fitr is the first Eid during we have two big Eids during the year. Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Eid is the celebration, the occasion that we celebrate. Eating breaking the Ramadan
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Iftar means
Yeah.
you know the first breakfast in the morning, probably.
And then Maghrib,
Maghrib is the prayer time, or
The
no?
breaking time.
break time.
The prayer time, right?
So the two big ones is iftar. So they're
That's the one at the early morning,
yeah,
like in
So-
about 20 minutes.
yeah.
Yeah, correct.
So that's where you see Malay families waking up, cooking, and then they'll be eating, and then they'll do iftar, and it starts.
Late night.
Yeah.
Interesting. I just get banana,
Mhm.
two banana and one heavy milk, leban.
Mhm.
You know the leban,
Yeah.
because leban it has really good vitamins from inside.
Isn't that what we had the other day? 11.
Yeah.
What do you
You know, at Abdul Karim's place with the mandi. 11.
with the Monday?
There was this bottle of organic milk. That's 11.
Leban,
It's
yeah,
just-
not the milk, yes.
Yeah. I actually didn't try that.
Yeah,
I had the Diet 7-Up.
I was just eating and eating and
It's
eating.
amazing.
Yeah, the Monday. Oh my gosh.
I was
So-
just-
Here they have this thing called Monday, and Monday is this what we had. They were
The
making
whole
this chicken. the whole sheep, or the whole camel.
Yeah.
We had the camel one year, but basically it's traditionally it's what, underground.
Yeah, they have different way of cooking it. They put the fire, and then they wait for the fire to cool down, and then they put I think they round it with this foil,
Mhm.
and then they close it tightly, and then they make sure all the fat and it cook.
Yeah.
It gives that juicy taste inside, and then they keep it slowly for a couple of
Oh, for under the ground, so
sorry.
12 hours.
Yeah, sorry, for 12, and then
I would like to see that.
Yeah. I've seen videos online. And so it's basically they dig a hole traditionally, and then they put this big bowl of rice at the bottom with
Yeah.
water, and then on racks they stack. This is on top of the coal after it's burned down. Then they stack on racks whatever protein that's seasoned.
Yeah.
So we had the chicken the other day,
yeah.
but camel or lamb or whatever they want, except pork. That's haram.
No, it's not allowed
That's
here.
haram here.
Mm.
And then they cover it and they let it slow cook.
No, I'm fine. Just wanted to.
And they let that slow cook for 12 hours, and so all the juices and the fats from the meats drip onto the seasoned rice, and it's fantastic.
Yep.
Is that something you do in Kuwait too, or is that more of a Bedouin?
We really enjoy the countryside, especially wintertime. You see all the Kuwaitis spend the weekend, and try to discover the steaks,
When you say countryside, is that the
Barbecue.
desert?
Yeah.
For you guys,
Kuwait is very small. We don't have big deserts, like here.
you're just small desert.
No, we enjoy seaside more.
Oh, see, okay.
Yeah, but especially in wintertime, you see a lot of Kuwaitis doing a lot of activities.
Like what they do in
Wow,
winter.
they just spend the time there because it's very
Oh, at the seaside.
no the winter the desert side because it's very close. 20 minutes. You're in the middle of the desert.
Are we talking like high dune deserts, that kind of thing, like you see in the
No,
movies? Or just more like the lower deserts?
Yeah,
that
you
outside
can
of
see the street from far away.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you can see the lights of that highway. Yeah, but in Saudi Arabia, no, they can take you to somewhere. You can see the stars.
Oh,
You know that feeling?
oh, yes. Well, not so much, not where I live. So Brian says, my Hispanic neighbors in New Mexico, they would cook goat in a similar way of the mandi with the
Yeah.
rice. Oh, that's
Yeah.
nice. That's nice.
There's many different ways. As I told you, many people do it in a different way. There's people, when the fire just that wood and become just like your cigarette.
Oh, yeah,
like,
burns down.
Yes,
yeah.
exactly. Inside that hole, and then they just drop the whole meat, which is wrapped in a foil, and then they just keep it for hours there, and then they close it in a
Yeah.
way so that easy for them to open it. So they cook it with the heat
Yeah.
slowly.
The other way is to
And it will be
put mud.
tendy and
Yeah.
and juicy, and then you can actually make the meat like rice, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
It
yes.
tastes very, very sweet.
But here, it's interesting because they're using basmati rice,
Yeah.
so it's very loose. Like especially, I'm getting better at it. But like being Filipino, sticky rice, so I can
Yes.
easily grab it like this by my hands. But
Yeah.
here, you really have to do this kind of molding.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah, but he learned the technique.
it's all over me.
He learned the thumb,
Yeah. You start
I
with
just
yeah. You
Oh,
start with the three
Yeah.
fingers slowly,
and then after that, you
like
go
a
with
fork,
thumb.
and then
Yeah,
you know,
that's amazing.
and then you can use your finger.
That's right. So this week I've been practicing more of that
Yeah.
technique, getting that squeezing and then the pushing with the.
Yes. And then
So I'm not as messy as the last few years.
there is some people mold it
Mhm.
and shape it, you know, like
But I think you
sushi,
have to
like a
like-
sushi.
But you have to have a lot of fat.
You will
Right?
have a lot of fat, you know, between your fingers.
No, but I mean for
That's part
the
of the
rice to stick
experience.
together.
Nah, it's
No.
not easy.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy. It's easy.
Okay, we must practice tomorrow. We'll go to
You don't need to
Barista.
do a sushi style, but I mean, just go like easy, and then some people talk to to the other person, and then while doing it, and then just push it to their mouth.
Oh, okay. Oh,
But in our culture before, you're not allowed to speak and talk during
really? While you're
Yeah.
eating?
when you're around the midi. You
Really?
just have to go dig inside
Mhm.
and then wait for the guest to say thank you. Once the guest move, everyone will move.
Oh, so you eat in silence?
Like a
Completely?
military stuff.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Seriously.
I had no idea. I had no idea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm
just-
gonna make a move because it's late,
Mhm.
and I need to rest. I came here to work, folks. I came here to do scheduling with Jay, but he was busy
We're still here on the line.
on the
Yeah.
line, so I'm gonna make a move. We need to send it out by 9,
Okay, not a problem.
so we gotta somehow get it done in breakfast.
All right,
Somehow.
not a problem. I'll see you in the morning.
Okay. Good night, everyone.
Thank you for passing
Thank
by.
you, Sean.
Yeah,
Have a good
4
night.
a.m. is too much for me, so I'm
Enjoy
gonna.
talking to you.
It's almost
to bed.
5.
Yeah.
It's
almost
almost time
5.
for what's the first prayer time? What name?
Almost now.
What's it
Almost.
I believe
What?
5.
What's the name?
Fajr.
Fajr.
Yes,
Mm.
it's down time.
Yeah.
Actually, what time is Fajr? Let's see. I have the app.
Yeah,
I got the app
nice.
because I have to watch for the
That's
time
his
for the
girlfriend.
training.
Have you met him? Met her?
That's my Fajr today is at
Don't you guys want to
5:04.
know
Yeah,
what's on
5:04,
Jay's phone?
Yeah.
5:04. So in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
20 minutes is the Fajr. We're going to hear the
yeah.
imam
It's
singing.
a very short one.
But what is do the imams say the same things? They just sing it differently? Or chant
Yeah,
it
they just only add the prayer of Fajr better than sleep. Wake up,
Mm.
something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Get out of bed.
Yeah, just
come
a
see
cool,
God.
like you know,
The weather's nice. See,
amazing.
Yeah, it's about what's the temperature do you think?
I
I
think.
think this
Hey
is-
Siri, what's the temperature now?
this is 11.
11?
Yeah.
12. It says
12.
12.
Cause
Interesting.
at this, I'm okay. Anything lower than this,
Yeah.
I will need a jacket.
I don't see you.
Is that right? It's 20. It is not 23 degrees.
No,
Fair
the
enough.
highest. Now it's
Oh, the high,
almost,
okay.
Yeah, should be
The lowest
11.
10.
I'm going to look
No.
at my American phone and see what it says here. 12.
Yeah.
Oh, I have it set to
I think it's
Yeah.
12 or 11.
54 degrees here in Riyadh.
Do you enjoy it? Like
No,
weather?
I don't like cold.
You
Oh,
don't
this
like
is too
cold?
cold
huh?
for you?
No, it's
Oh.
not too cold for me, but I don't like cold.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
Well, I guess it would be really cold because Singapore is not this cold.
yeah.
What is
So like this, I can just walk around like that. Doesn't really bother me.
Okay.
But if I had a preference, I'd rather it'd be hotter to sleep.
summer?
Mm.
Mm.
Oh, you like to sleep in the hot?
Yeah.
Oh, I like to sleep in the cold. I can't sleep when it's hot.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like
Oh,
hot.
man. Oh.
But it's better. It's scientifically proven that it's better to sleep in the cooler temperatures at 22, 23 degrees.
Yeah, because your temperature while sleeping goes
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
Oh.
Yeah. So, but I can tolerate cold, and so I know that this is tolerable. And then after another 2 degrees down from here, I'll need a jacket.
Actually, I'm wearing a jacket because I'd be cold.
So like this is not colder than yesterday. Day
No,
before,
yesterday was warmer.
Yeah.
Really? I thought yesterday was a bit colder.
No,
Colder than this?
No,
Abdul
warmer.
Karim.
Warmer.
Really?
The
Abdul
night
Karim.
the night before yesterday was nice.
When we were having the Monday.
Yeah.
The Monday night.
That was nice.
That was cool.
Yes.
So I was on the verge of, if this gets any worse, I would be almost suffering by this.
Oh, so you were pretty cold at the Monday?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was still okay, so you can walk around, but anything lower than that, I would need a jacket. If not, I'll be uncomfortable.
For me, that was right. I was still pretty comfortable. I was like, okay, this is. But I live in a place that gets really cold, so.
Yeah. Okay.
All
Good
right.
night, everyone.
Yeah,
you.
Rusty and Brian both say good night.
Good
So-
night.
Thank you.
Good chatting with y'all.
All right. Have a good night, John.
Yes.
Good night.
See y'all.
Yeah, interesting.
Ooh.
Almost, yeah. Oh,
Hey, Sean, did you need your juice?
Oh, thank you.
you almost forgot it.
Yeah, don't forget the juice. I know that's important.
Yeah. Because we eat meat all the time. So we need some organic juice and berry. Okay.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Yeah, time is passing.
Time is passing. Time is passing.
We
And I
really,
smoked through my cigar almost. This is the Wilbur Double Bullseye Maduro.
you have to finish it.
Yeah, I finished it. I saw usually on every show I have a coffee, and usually a different coffee, a different brewing method,
Nice.
and then a cigar, and then we talk about that for. Usually the show lasts about 2 hours.
Oh,
So it's a nice time, I think.
I like the way how you do your show casually.
Yeah, we're trying to be casual.
Yeah, talking. Offline, online, you're the same. I like that.
Thanks.
Yeah. What did you learn from the culture here? Something like,
Well, I grew up in the United States.
yeah.
So when you grow up in the United States and you learn, well, you don't really learn. They don't really teach us anything about the Middle East you hear in the news, which is always
Wrong.
something that is,
Different.
I wouldn't say different. I would say something that's generally negative,
Negative,
especially after 9/11.
Yes.
After Osama bin Laden and all of that terrorism and stuff.
And it's proven all wrong.
Yeah, it's interesting because like me, I'm very open to trying anything. So when they called me first, they're like, "Hey, would you be interested in going to Saudi Arabia?" Or no, they were like, "We're looking for someone to go to Saudi Arabia to teach a class," and I was like, "I'm game." Like even like I met a friend. When I was doing the Turkish competitions in 2017. I met a guy named Sefa, and Sefa was like, "If you want to come to Tehran, we could have you." And I was like, "I'm open to go to Tehran." Of course, being a U.S. citizen, we can't really go to Tehran.
Yeah.
Right? That's allowed. So when they said, "Hey, would anyone like to go to Saudi?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm game. I'm totally," because I want to experience the world and meet new people. Plus, I also believe that we can only affect change if we're willing to change.
Nice.
Right? And so when I came here, of course, when you see everyone wearing though and the mug, as an American, the initial reaction is to be fearful.
Yeah.
We are taught
Yeah.
to be fearful,
Yeah.
and and then you're taught certain things like women are being mistreated and all of this stuff, and then they're being separate. And so when I first came to Saudi in 2018, the separation of men and women is still wrong. Like it's very weak now,
True.
comparatively.
True.
So you'd go to like restaurants or any kind of retail place, and there would be what's called the family section and the singles section. And families where women would be welcome or allowed to go. And as a man, we couldn't go unless you're with the women, unless you're with your wife or
The family section.
yeah, the family section. And luckily, Adriana and she's with us. So because Adriana's with us,
You're a family.
we can all go together to the family section, which are usually nicer. Like at restaurants, there's this one restaurant we went to, and the single men's section is just cheap diner looking
Crap.
place. You're like, what? And then you go to the family, and
Yeah.
it's beautiful. You're like, oh my gosh, this is great. And But then you at least you tell me if my interpretation is wrong. But as I was learning about it, and it's really about my interpretation is that these family sections and stuff that are really about protecting women, basically from men, right? Men in, like, for example, I look at it like in men in the West, we check out women, we leer at women, we make comments to women,
Yeah.
and really it is like, like, hey baby, what's going on? Like here, that's not
Loud.
that's not allowed. That's not welcome.
If you want to flirt here, there's a lot of different ways.
Well, how do people flirt here? That's a good question. I'm interested to know this.
It's actually used to be through Bluetooth before.
Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to explain this because let me get my phone so I can be prepared with my Bluetooth.
Oh, all right. There was many tricks, to be honest with you, before the separation. Also in Kuwait, a long time, guys can exchange numbers with girls in a coffee shops or in a cafe or any place where people gather through Bluetooth.
Through Bluetooth. So
Yeah.
you're not
You
actually
open-
talking to the girl. You're just,
No, you open Bluetooth, you try to search.
So you see a girl sitting there with her abaya and her niqab.
Yeah, and then you
How
start.
do you figure that that's the girl? What if you're Bluetoothing her mother? How do you do this?
No, this is a big topic. You need to understand.
Okay,
it.
I guess I'm excited to
Yeah.
learn this. I'm excited to learn.
It has really started like that
Okay.
before, because if I want to talk about Saudi before, it's not allowed to go directly and speak with the woman,
Right. Yes.
or,
Yes.
or flirt with her. Hi.
That's the one thing that I learned when I
You
first.
know, you can't.
You don't really look at the women,
You can't go there and just say, "Hi, I like you. Can we talk?" It's not allowed.
right?
Today is different.
Yes.
Yes. Today is if the woman likes you, she will come to you. It's different. Also in Kuwait and Saudi Arabia, almost the same. But seriously, I'm not joking. Before it was a trick like using the Bluetooth, throwing the number in her
But
bag.
is there an app?
The old phones, remember when the Bluetooth started,
Okay.
to search around who's opening their Bluetooth, and then you just connect.
You
with
mean
the-
just in the menu? Like when you open the Bluetooth, you look for the connection
No, yes,
for
exactly.
their phone?
Yes.
And just kind of like, I will hope this is that girl.
And then some people put, sorry for louding. Oh, some people put their phone number as their name on the Bluetooth.
Oh. But how do you know of all the, like this is, let's say
No,
we're here,
I'm the one who's wearing red.
it says it on the Bluetooth. Really? Wow, that's amazing. Is that how you met your wife?
No,
Oh, no.
because you cannot just walk and start having a conversation with a woman sitting there.
So you just text them.
Yes, using actually different ways. You can actually use a sign language, body language, eye language, and then you just.
But how do you use eye language when you're not supposed to look at them?
No, you can look.
Okay.
That's why the outer look is very important for the men with the nice beards and a nice thobe and looks expensive. So you can attract women because here materialistic life.
It's important.
Yes,
Oh.
that's why you see a lot of people wearing Rolex,
Oh, that's why everything is so.
fancy.
Yeah. Oh, God, that makes sense. Okay. But I got a couple questions, a couple comments. Rusty wants to know, what time do you start again? How on earth do you guys run? Well, tomorrow we will have to start. So this morning, I got up at 10:30 because I didn't get to bed till like 4, and then I've been running since 10:30, and now it's 4:55 a.m. I will have to get up before 9 now because I have to actually create the schedules for all the judges before 9 so I get them out to the judges so they'll be ready for it. So, I'll get up in probably another And how do we run on no sleep? So for me, whenever I'm traveling like this, like it's not normally this late, but usually it's late, especially here in Saudi. Like Saudi here, you'll get up early because, well, the breakfast is only till 10:30. So if you want breakfast, you better go. And then the shows run until what, midnight,
Yeah.
right? And so you go out to eat. So it's 2. So yeah, it's like this. This is like my norm. Whenever I do like competitions, it's normally long days, which is kind of funny because when I would come back from my trips, right, to these competitions, my customers and people, my friends, were like, "Well, how was your vacation?" I said, "Well, I don't know. You don't know what this. I don't really travel for vacation."
Yeah.
So I would tell them, I would say, "Well, it's very nice, but really, I'm just like it's working. Like we're working the whole time, and
You don't feel the time.
you don't feel the time because you're usually with
Connected,
with good friends, and so like."
engaged.
But the other part of it is like, at least when you're doing barista competitions, I joke with, it seems like only my friends that do this also really understand. I joke with people. It's like, well, yes, I do go to some really amazing places in the world, but really, what am I seeing? Like when my friends say that they go to places, they're like, oh, I went here and it's beautiful, went to this beach, did this. Really, I'm usually in an air-conditioned concrete box. So I have seen the greatest convention centers and exhibition halls of the world.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's all good. And then Brian wants to know, what am I drinking? So what am I drinking? This is what?
This is Gahwa.
This is the Gawa Arabiya, which is the traditional coffee of
Arabic.
Saudi, of Arabs,
Arabica.
Arabica. And so as you can see, it's really light because the coffee itself is very, compared to like Western style coffee, it's very, very lightly roasted, like not even to what we consider first crack in Western coffee. So
Not even, to the first coloring.
yeah, and it's normally produced or brewed
Della.
in this thing, the Della,
Yeah.
Della,
Della.
Della,
Yes.
and which is
Very
this
short,
Very
Della.
short, Della.
Yes, exactly.
So that's what we're drinking. But the women.
Oh yeah. And really, it's interesting because I had many friends that didn't believe that. Because in Kuwait, I have people from US and Europe, and they believe it. It's not imaginable.
For me being American, it's like if we see a girl, we'll talk to the girls.
Yeah, immediately you can talk to them.
Well, like
directly.
2 years we were here, right? Ahmed Zekri was hanging out with us.
Yeah.
Actually, we were hanging out at one of these tables right here. We're actually outside the hotel on their patio, and there's a bunch of tables, and we were sitting in that part of the patio.
Yeah.
It was me and Zekri, and maybe Sean was with us.
Mm-hmm.
And Zekri and I are smoking cigars, and there were these like 3 girls, all in like the hijab, the whole thing, right? The
Black.
niqab, right? Black, and they're walking by, going to their car. And I'm facing that way. Zekri's facing this way.
Yeah.
And these girls say something in Arabic. And I know they're talking about it because I can feel it. When you spend a lifetime, trying to like talk to girls,
Yeah, they
you
got.
know when they're talking about you.
Yeah.
And so they said something as they walked by. But this is 2 years ago. So I'm trying to look at them.
You feel the frequency.
Yeah. But I can't. I'm thinking if I knew what they were saying, I'd probably engage them, right?
Oh yeah.
So when they finally get into their car, I say to Zekri, I said, "Hey, what did they say?" He was like, "Well, they said that look at these guys just sitting there smoking cigars. They could be doing something else." And I was like, "You should have told me before they got in their car and drove away, because I would
So
have
you
like,
can
hey,
invite them.
exactly, come join us." Like, but I was so paranoid because I know it here. You're not supposed to talk to girls. So I'm just like this. I'm just kind of like,
But you should be cautious.
oh yeah. When I first arrived, they were like, "You don't look at girls."
Honestly, yes, before, but now it's fine.
Yeah.
Because yesterday I went to the mall.
Okay.
I had
Pizza.
pizza, yes.
Okay. Oh, pizza. Uh-huh.
La Bolitana pizza.
Mhm.
It's a craft pizza.
Mhm.
It's amazing. The shop or the chain is, I believe, 100 years ago.
Okay.
Since 100.
Wow. Okay. They have a location here then.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes, and all Italian.
It's one of those DOC kind of places.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the stuff all Italian,
Yes.
and you feel it. You know, there will be a margarita.
Margarita.
Yeah, like the pizza. You know.
Oh, sorry. I'm thinking margarita like the drink.
Oh no,
But margarita does the pizza. Yes. Okay.
no. And then I was sitting there, you know, alone before I head to the show. I was looking at the mall. It's an open mall.
Mhm.
Mostly 90% it's changed.
We can go into the mall.
Yeah,
Because sometimes you couldn't go in the mall.
yeah, the lifestyle of women's. They're alone. You know, they're wearing half hijab. It's almost, you know, and it's almost different, you know. And a lot of
Yeah.
women's, you know, alone.
But so I was talking to some Saudi people that I met, some men, and some of them were even some of the more progressive were telling me it's a little bit fast. They feel like it's going fast.
Yes, honestly, the decision and the change that, you know, happened to the community here. Nobody believed it's going to be up to this level.
Yeah.
It came massive change.
Yeah, it's just in the 3 years that I've been coming here. It's even to me as someone an outsider who's very new. It's like shocking.
To bring the famous DJs in the world and have parties and
Movie
open door.
theaters.
Yeah. And then, you know, it's and yes, before like a couple of days, just the Crowne Plaza opened the Formula One.
Oh,
Yeah, they built it in 8 months.
they build stuff here crazy.
Amazing, big projects.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, Riyadh is going to come with a big destination for many businesses.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I even hear they may start allowing alcohol here.
I believe they will because it's going to be regulated some in Neom City, the one in the north.
Is that the Lime City?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like northwest.
North
Tubuk.
Tubuk. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the new project on the seaside near to Sharm el Sheikh. If you know, Sharm el Sheikh is the tourist place for Egypt,
Okay.
and I believe they will regulate things together. You know, so yeah, because
That would be interesting.
yeah. And you can see Amazon. Everyone is investing here now.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah, Amazon.
Hello. This is my guy from last night. He came to listen to the helicopter in my room.
Interesting.
Oh my gosh, that was crazy. How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, excellent.
Alhamdulillah means thanks God, all is working.
Excellent.
It's going.
How are you, Saeed? Good?
Alhamdulillah. Other water?
Oh, you can take that, yes.
Yeah, we're done.
Thank you.
A tip?
Take it. You can. Yes. Nah.
Nah, yeah. I think yeah. He's okay. You see, you can hear the prayer, huh?
Oh yeah, here it is. He's starting.
Yeah. That is the prayer.
In the morning. So
Yeah, the calling started.
Oh, nice.
It's interesting.
So does that mean you have to pray now?
I do before I sleep.
Okay.
And for me, I love to do it away from people, alone, to be connected, you know.
Mhm.
So to have my calls accepted is to be connected, you know, with a bigger power or to the creator, you know.
Yes.
That is the connection. Because religion for me is a connection.
Oh wait, no, leave that there for now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Religion for me It's
لا لا.
it's
No,
a
no, not yet,
connection
not yet.
with a bigger power.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, here's the interesting.
Muslim, Christian, Jewish, anything, but the religion is a true connection inside you to the thing that you're connected to, the thing you believe in.
Yes.
That's the belief I or the direction that I follow.
You know, the thing that I think is interesting about American culture and Christianity
Yeah.
in America specifically is that the perception of, I believe that the perception of Islam and the prayers, like you guys pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
I think American Christians look at that as weird.
Yes.
Like it doesn't make sense. It feels uncomfortable to us. And I've been thinking about this recently. It's like, why is it that we as an American Christian nation who supposedly believes in God find a religion, a group of people, the same God more than we do? Why do we find that so?
More activities.
Well, why do we find that so like threatening?
No, it's because we're practicing this.
No, I'm saying like Americans feel that that's threatening,
Oh yeah, I know.
and I don't understand why we do.
I
'Cause
know.
we're supposed to be devout to God as well.
And blended, understanding. No, it's because we're practicing it and it's normal for us. It's actually a good for managing the time. It's good for being, following a certain routine in your day, and that's keep you connected with the God. But it's not necessarily that you become very very strict, and then try to put some rules, for yourself and for others. No, we call it the Islamic, the true Islamic way is you become a Muslim not to show off your, religion. No, your religion is inside of you, not how you look like. We are Muslim. I don't have to have a long beard or wear anything else. No, I can wear anything I want. But because I'm traveling away from my house, I can pray 3 times only,
Okay, so
Not
it's
5
okay
times.
to leave it
not
to.
5 times. Yes.
Can you choose the time that you the 3 out of
Yeah,
5?
there is like in between. If you do 2 times morning and then 2 times afternoon and then 1 this Fajr, so it's almost like a good thing. It's almost like a connection. When you go to the church and sit and try to talk to God, it's
Yes.
the same thing.
Yes.
Same thing. Just feeling inside, But we practice. We wash, before
Oh, yeah,
we
that's
pray.
right.
Yeah.
Now, so you go to the here or mosque in general. There's always a place for washing.
Yes. Wash your hands, your face 3 times, your ears. You just have
Your feet
touch
too. Yeah.
it, yes. And then it's preparation for the connection with God,
Mhm.
and that's really interesting because you can feel it, especially when you put your head to the earth. You're connected with the earth by your head.
Yes.
But if you just do it quickly, you're not gonna feel anything. Seriously.
Just quickly, but I must say when I was joining in the prayer at Camel Step the other day.
Yeah, interesting.
It's actually very, for someone that doesn't
Experience.
do it very often, except when I'm here once in a while. It's actually very like physically.
I told you.
It's physically straining.
Yeah,
Especially if you're a big guy like me.
Yeah.
You're trying to be on your knees and then bend over and balance yourself on your hands and then touch your face to the ground.
And then you
head and the
feel
nose.
something.
And yeah, you feel a lot of stress in the tummy. But it's very, very nice, very interesting.
No,
the experience itself, it will give you different thinking because there is different practice.
Mhm.
And then later, once you like it, you can read about, for example, the Quran in English.
Yes.
So sometimes you hear a lot of things about, is that Islam? No, let me check. No, Islam is really, is not, Islam is like Christianity.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Well, the interesting thing that I learned more about as I started coming here is that Jesus is very much a part of the Quran.
of course.
But for someone from the United States, that's a whole revelation.
No.
Like, I was reading some statistics, like Jesus in Islam is known as Isa,
Yes,
right?
Isa, yeah.
is mentioned in the Quran like
Many
45 times.
Yeah,
He's the
many
most
times.
he's the most mentioned prophet, second only to Muhammad. I had no idea about that.
Because we believe in delivered by Maryam, his mom,
Yes.
with no fathers. It's God.
It was also divine.
Yeah, divine by God, and that is why Isa is different.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many parallels from in that story of Isa to what we believe in Christian faith is that
In Islam.
it's hard to imagine. It's hard to, in some ways, for me, it's hard to imagine why we have such a divide because there's so much shared belief.
Of course, we have so much common thing that we talk the same thing, we believe in the same thing, we practice almost the same thing, but in different way. So, yeah, I mean, for me, I told you, in a very simple way, it's a connection. You build the connection, and then you will feel physically something inside. The feeling and the sense. There's a difference between the senses and the feeling. The senses, you choose it.
Yes.
The feeling, it chooses you. It's you wait for it. You prepare yourself. You wait for it. Then you get connected, like the internet before.
You've got me. You've got Muhammad.
Yeah. No, you got connected, and then you will feel inside you are connected, because that is the secret in life. You can't just come, talk to anything, talk to the building, and talk to the anything that's not true or life. No. It's if you touch the metal, you will feel something. You choose that feeling. You choose that sense. You use one of your five senses. That's what builds inside you a feeling, or because of that senses. But the feeling, the true feeling inside, even if you hide under the table, you're gonna be afraid. If you're afraid, you're not gonna run away from the feeling.
Yes,
The feeling will follow you. Yeah,
that's a good point. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, I really enjoy coming to this part of the world.
We like you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Jay, we really like you, and you saw everyone just like yesterday. I mean, yeah, today, like before you finish your last routine, we was looking at you while you're judging the station, and then we saw you very relaxing, calm, just like you look different.
Oh,
Well,
thank you. Thank you.
Then, for example, Ryan,
Mhm.
he's aggressive, and you look different.
Oh.
Then it that is the experience you got with you. You feel belonging, relaxed. Yeah, I know you know the culture.
Yeah.
It's okay if the barista will speak Arabic. It's like you understand everything.
Yeah.
You know how to get.
Just try to relax.
Yes. And that's very important. because the world has different cultures, different languages, different beliefs, and then levels of each community. Here's the expert comes, understand how to, accommodate
Oh yes.
these factors together, and
Yeah.
then adjust.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you.
It is really interesting to have people here in the Middle East because we've been waiting for that, but many people didn't want to visit.
Well, you're afraid.
Yeah, I don't know, but they didn't get the chance, or the situation was not ready for people. Talk about Dubai. Yeah, okay, fine. Dubai might be, but there's a lot of people there in Dubai.
Yes.
You don't really enjoy.
It's very different.
Yes.
Well, Dubai reminds me of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And meaning, and what I mean by that is also it's a very like vibrant and developed city that has a lot of
Dynamic.
dynamism and a lot of entertainment.
Yeah.
And like when I go to Vegas in the United States because we have trade shows to attend for business. And so, but really, I can only stay there like 3 days, and then it's just too much. To me, I feel Dubai is the same way. Great for 3 days, and then it's good to go home.
Yeah.
It's
Here
it's so much. It's so much happening.
Yeah, here it's a slowly excellent about closeness,
Mhm.
communication, and this is how people enjoy it here.
Yes, yes.
It's much different.
Much different. Much different. I will agree with that. All right. We're almost at the end.
Yeah.
So let me just touch base. So we are smoking, I was smoking the Wilbur Double Bullseye Maduro from Wilbur to go up in Narra County, just outside of Philadelphia. 850, nice smoke, worth trying.
Nice.
Yeah.
How do you feel when you smoke the cigar?
So the cigars really are, like you said you smoke, right? Cigarettes.
Before, yeah. After I promised my wife, I told her.
So cigarettes is really about addiction.
Yeah.
Like you need that nicotine, that fix. And like with cigarette smokers, you see them in the United States. We have a lot of different weather, right? In the rain, in the snow, you see them huddling, and because they need to have that fix at all times of the day.
Yeah.
Cigars are very different. Cigars are relaxing, relating to people, talking, enjoying the flavor of the cigar, because we don't inhale the cigar.
Yeah.
We're just tasting the flavor of the tobacco.
Yeah.
So people are always asking, like, especially in coffee, people,
Yeah.
especially when you're tasting coffees and judging coffees, people are always like, you shouldn't smoke before you taste. But I've been smoking cigars now since 1992.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been about, and cigars are about the flavor experience.
That's interesting.
So it's always kind of like a constant cupping. So it's really about the flavor. So I don't really have a problem like tonight. If we're smoking tonight, cigars, it's all about the flavor. So going to tomorrow or later today, tasting coffee and evaluating coffee, it's almost the same. It's like a continuation.
And there is a different type of cigars.
Many different cigars,
High quality,
and very different flavor
Rare.
experiences. Yeah, very much.
rare taste,
Mhm.
craftsmanship.
Very much craftsmanship.
Yeah. And the flavor wheel?
Well, they haven't developed a flavor wheel for cigars. They should. Like here, in coffee, we have and this is something I talk about on this show quite often.
Mm-hmm.
In coffee, we have our flavor wheel. We have our standardized way of cupping, the forms.
Yeah.
And looking at the very specific types of attributes and then scoring those attributes. In cigars, it's still immature, where all these people that are giving their ratings, giving their scores, similar to coffee, 88, 92, whatever.
Mm.
But there's no unified method of evaluation. So you say, oh, this cigar's 92. This other guy says, oh, that cigar's at 87. There's no real equivalency So something that some of my viewers have encouraged me to do is to really come up with a better scoring system
For cigar.
for cigar. So I've been thinking more about that lately.
You just enjoy the mouth taste.
Yes,
You
yes.
try to figure out the taste that you get, you know, in between when you start and finish.
Yes,
all the
well,
same.
on a really nice cigar, the experience of the flavor as you smoke through it
Mhm.
will change and be, develop an interesting experience pathway.
Interesting. And the size, like,
Yeah, the
It's,
size will have the thickness
yeah,
will have components that can give you
more flavors.
more flavor.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I'm really encouraged to look at that in
You
history.
should next time talk to your wife first, and then I don't want you.
She will not know.
I don't. She's going to watch the show. She'll be like, "What are you doing?" And then she's going to call me, and then I'm going to be in trouble. I'm always in trouble with wives. I don't
No,
want that.
it's good to develop the palate, you know.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so it's interesting to discover and try to develop my palate. So I'm going to tell her. I actually had a consultation from Jay, and he just advised me to try and.
Well, don't tell her that. She's going to get mad. You're still getting me in trouble. We're like, who is this guy? You don't want to hang out with him anymore. Like, oh, yeah.
No, she because the first question she was like, Ahmed, who's that guy wearing thobe and shmal?
Who's that weird guy? What's he doing?
Is he Saudi? I said, no, that's Jay. Nobody believed you're gonna make it.
Well, some people were telling me that I guess the Saudis from Jeddah have supposedly, they tell me, have more of an Asian feature.
Yes,
So some
that's
people,
why people thought you're Saudi.
yeah, some people have said like you look like you're from Jeddah. And I was
Yes.
like, okay,
yes.
very nice. I like one.
And they loved it.
Oh, that's nice. That's
You
nice.
know,
To see.
they loved the theme that you brought at the stage. And it was like you saw that the media, everyone was trying to chase you in that night.
That's true.
Al Arabiya, the leading news channel,
Oh, right.
they met with you, a very famous.
That's very nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm having my phone cleaned right now.
Oh, it's kidding.
I hope the hotel hasn't lost it.
Even if they will tailor one you
Okay.
for us.
Okay. Yeah.
Because usually it takes 2 hours to tailor one for you.
Yes. Actually, the one that I have, Ahmed Al Ahmed,
Yeah.
got it for me.
Oh, it's not specifically.
No, it
tailored.
was.
Yeah.
You want to have film? Yes. He was like, let me take it to my tailor.
Oh,
So he
nice.
took it to his tailor, and overnight
They
they had
made
it done. Yeah, it was really,
Yeah.
really. Thank you, Ahmed Al Ahmed.
Yeah, because it's a very common thing that everyone use the shampoo.
That's nice. That's nice.
Every single Arabian man has at least 5,
Fine.
something like that.
Yeah, that's very nice. It's very nice.
With the under.
I have all the others.
Yeah, the white one.
Zachary's always like, we need to get you a new one.
Yeah.
He's always like, yours is nice, but
Yeah. Because the cotton, it should be replaced regularly, you know.
oh yes. How long do people use those for?
Depends on the color. Sometimes you see it. If it gets yellowish a little bit,
Oh yes. Yes.
you can change it. But we ice, if you wear it more than a month, it's enough. It depends on
A month?
Yeah,
You replace it every month?
a daily. If you are using it a daily, for me, I don't wear it. I go to the mall, a specific occasion, but mostly I like to wear anything else, you know.
It's very comfortable.
Yeah, I know.
But well, here's the thing that I have the most.
How many pieces you wear? 3 or 2 underwear?
3.
Yeah, there was
Underwear,
short,
and then
the boxer,
the boxers, and then
and
the
the
bloomers,
yeah,
or the pantaloon,
yeah, pantaloon,
the
yeah,
undershirt,
yeah.
and then the throw.
Interesting.
But so Zachary's always like, well, maybe you should get another one. And I tell him, well, that'd be nice, but
The color one in the winter time,
Uh-huh.
we change the color from
Oh.
white
Mm-hmm.
to any.
Oh,
You know
yes,
that?
yes, yes. Who was wearing a color? Was it?
You
Abu
know,
Karim had a gray one today, right?
yeah. You know that, right? So you can choose a color.
Yeah, because white for summer.
Yes.
Okay. But I tell him, I said, I like that. I'm not against it, but when you only wear it once a year, because I don't know, I don't think I can wear it too often back home. People tend to
They
get
will kill
nervous.
you if you walk on the
I'm
street.
about to have to leave my bag behind. Have you seen that guy on TikTok?
Not really. Which
There's
one?
this guy, he wears a thobe with the shimag and a backpack. And you see a video, he'll run into a store, drop the backpack and run out, and everybody's running.
Not only.
Like, it's to me, I find it very funny, but
Yeah,
like,
because this is what you mentioned earlier. Really marketed the thobe in a different way,
yes,
in a
that's
negative way.
true. In a negative way.
Yeah.
But it's very comfortable, especially where I live. It's very in the summer, it's very hot. Not as hot as
yeah,
here,
awesome.
but it's hot and it's also very humid. So sometimes I think
Yeah,
I should try wearing it.
I remember when I passed from New York to Orlando. Sorry, yeah, from Parma Heights in Cleveland
Uh-huh.
to Orlando. I passed by to Miami. It's near to Baltimore.
Well, not the way.
In the way, yeah, in the way. I feel it hot.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
too much humidity.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. We're going to wrap up here.
I really enjoyed the time
Me
here.
too, man. Me too.
I didn't imagine that how
Yeah.
lovely this will be.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
All right. So next week it'll be Thursday again. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to live or record, but I'll be next week Thursday. I think I'll be in Dubai at this, or maybe heading home.
Mhm.
Something. But thank you, my friend.
Thank you so much, Jay. I'll leave now,
All right. Very good.
and I'll see you tomorrow.
See you in a couple hours.
Do you need help?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, great. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
See you.
I really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you. I've enjoyed it
Thank
too.
you for giving me the chance to show.
Of course. All right. So that's it. How you guys doing? Thanks for watching. We're going to continue, I think, next week. And yeah, hope you guys have a great week out there. Enjoy it. I know it's only, 8:30 now back home, or 9:30? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. Have a great one.